Lóbìnrin lọ́mọdé lágbà ẹ kú ìrọ́jú o ẹ kú ìfaradà o ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́. Congratulations, my fellow Nigerians, on our 1 year anniversaries of renewed hope. I believe that your hope is being renewed. Like me now, as I go market, I go buy this rodo and a tomato, 400 and 200, 600. My hope was renewed. I say, God, I don't know, say Nigeria just be good. Now we dey underrate this country. This is one of my symbol of renewed hope and 25 years of democracy. I thank una renewed hope people. But my dear country people, I just want to remind una, as me, you know, say I'm like that voice where they cry in the wilderness of Nigeria. I go continue to dey talk am. Those of una waiting say maybe things hard, things no easy. I just want to let una know, say una remember say you get the time where we been the thing say maybe Jonathan too bad for Nigeria. Until Buhari come tell una say hold my beer, make I show una say he get the thing where they after worst. After Buhari don't finish with una from change to next level now, una don't enter renewed hope. When I been think say Buhari is the end, say Nigeria no feel worse pass like that. To you the attention to focus on the major thing where we they do so. That's 1 year of renewed hope. Oh. 3 more years they come. And if we are not calculating well, it go be 4 years, then it go move to 8 years. And then if they repeat the template of Lagos for federal system, it then means everything don't end with that. Now make everybody go find in Papa land where it go sell. They run come out from this country. What exactly should be the main focus of this country at this point? Nobody they talk about INEC again or INEC. The mere fact say the current chairman of INEC is still the chairman of INEC. No, they worry any of una. Opposition party, labor people, civil society, people who have been the protest for Save Nigeria. Not be only for minimum wage, they go to hear labor voice. So listen to me, my fellow Nigerians. The most important right in any democracy is your right to vote in a free, fair, and credible manner. The hallmark of every democracy are free, fair, and credible elections. Once your right to vote in a free, fair, and credible manner is not guaranteed, every other right is not guaranteed and is threatened. That is why they see issues of this police brutality, that they arrest journalists, anybody who talk against government, they go come talk, anything where insecurity is still going up. You cannot jump from electoral reform into fixing governance. How do the people who are in government get into that place? Anybody who comes into power that does not focus on fixing the electoral system, you got the claim, say you want to do coastal highway, you want to do this project, you want to do that. Such a government is only being mischievous and very, very sinister. We should be very cautious of such a government. If you want to do coastal highway with 15 trillion, why not take maybe 50 billion and guarantee electoral reform? Because let me tell you, the only thing that you will see these people doing is rather consolidating their power, making it possible for them to perpetuate themselves forever on those seats. And as they are leaving, they fix their cronies and their proteges or stooges. What exactly is the hope of the youth today in the country? If we do not pay attention to fixing the process that produces this kind of human organ harvesters governance system, we will only be shooting ourselves in the foot because we go continue to remain victim. When I go think say na this one bad pass, another one go come way worse pass am. Look at the country today. What exactly are the national indices that show that as a country we are making progress or we are developing? What exactly? You see a bunch of old men pack themselves in the corridors of power, completely detached from the people, making laws and policies that God only them know what exactly they are doing. Today now, new national anthem. Me, I don't know say the national anthem be the problem of Nigeria since. So this new one, where don't come, is like a deliverance hymn. It's like when they sing that Agbara Olorupo, so once you sing this new anthem, now you are delivered. Your economy go good, dollar go come down, fuel go yakpa, refinery go work, corruption go disappear. Nigeria will move from consumption to production. We are deceiving ourselves. Nigerians are they deceiving ourselves. If we not focus on where to put focus, not let anybody they deceive you. Say you go see some people they support this one, support this. People can support anything. Not everybody who criticizes a bad government is interested in a better nation. Some people are only activists or will criticize government for as long as that government does not support their personal sentiments. Once you become person from their tribe, ethnicity, or their party affiliation, you will see them support the same thing they were fighting in the previous government. I tell God, Beguna, Nigeria, me they sing the alarm now like a broken record. What are we doing with the electoral system that will produce the next set of leaders in this country? If we are okay with it, no problem. Make all of us sit down, they enjoy this thing now, our renewed hope. Like me now, this is my renewed tomatoes and rodo. I go prepare renewed stew, which will now renew the hope of my family and life. Now so, everything until the day where God say go deliver us from this country. But Nigerians, it is within our power to decide what exactly we want. Let us stop all this distraction. Give Nigerians a system to choose their leaders and to vote them out if they decide to do so. Anything other than that is a waste of our collective time, and we will continue to go around in this vicious circle, and we will remain victims of a failed, incompetent, and clueless government or set of leaders that are mundane and do not even have an idea, that have no business with power in the first place. And Nigerian lives will continue to make up for their incompetence and cluelessness. May God help Nigeria. May God help all of us. God bless you. I'm Randy Peter Aka. I love you.
Those who are attacking and maiming our people do that mainly in the soft target areas. And Metropolis appears even safer than those places.
Okay, 2 more questions before we go. When you look at the Nigerian civil war topic, it's an issue that Nigeria shies away from discussing. And yet the wounds are deep, the agitations linger, and it looks like it's something that we cannot sweep under the carpet. What do you think the federal government can do in order to bring a sort of closure to this topic and also bring about healing for Nigeria?
Well, it appears that the war has stopped, but the influences and the effect of the war still lingers on. Even part of this insecurity we are talking of is about inequality in the southeast. For instance, you can see how railways are built in almost all the regions of the country, and people who were known and are still known as being enterprising and commercially oriented. The Port Harcourt-Enugu-Maiduguri rail line, nobody's talking about it. So these people feel actually that they are marginalized. These people feel that the government do not represent them much. That is why at times they will even vent their anger on innocent people representing them. But as to whether or not the Southeast gets its due in this country, I believe that they do not. In all ramifications, if you go to public service, you can count how many people who are from that Southeast extraction who are permanent secretaries. And also generally in all public services, in all public service. So wherever there is inequality, wherever there is marginalization, there is normal irrestiveness, but that is not a criteria for them to go as far as killing the military or the police. They should find a way to address the issue of the Southeast. As to whether or not there is inequality, certainly there is. As to whether or not they get their due in the country, they do not.
This is where the governors probably have to work together in order to engage with the federal government. But very quickly, Nnamdi Kanu, you have advocated for his release. He is a problem while in prison. How do you think that if he's released, he will still not be a problem? A lot of the governors are afraid of him because he's very popular and more powerful than them.
You see, actually, it is high time we come to tell ourselves the truth. I've said it in this station, and I'm repeating it again. The best thing for us to do is to find a political solution and citizens' engagement dialogue to see how Nnamdi Kanu can be released. I can assure you that if Nnamdi Kanu is released today, the security problem in the Southeast will reduce by 70%. Because most of, even though he didn't send them, even though those people does not have his consent, but these are miscreants who has taken over what he was advocating and twisted it onto a negative phenomenon. And then claiming, you can imagine if you had listened to Simon Ekpa, he would be claiming that he is in touch with Nnamdi Kanu, but now, of course, everybody knows that he's not. They are miscreants. So we are pleading. The Johannese has actually volunteered even to, to sign him on bail, and a lot of prominent Igbo people have equally done so. So we advocate that this young man be released so that we can face, or that we have a lot of problems in Southeast. There's these farmer headers clashes, there is kidnapping clashes, there is even communal clashes within the Southeast. But prominent among them are people who are misrepresenting themselves as representing IPOB or agitating for the creation of Biafra. That is not the philosophy for which Nnamdi Kanu established the IPOB.
Okay. Honorable Eugene Odo, thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Look at what we have right now. This is the bone of contention, Dr. Abdul. Petrol price. This was what it was before 1 year ago. This is what it is right now. You look at it, it's almost triple or over triple. Diesel price, 800 over 800 naira last time is over 1,000 naira, almost 1,500 now. Look at food inflation, 24%, 40%. That is what we have on food inflation. What about the inflation itself? This is what we get. 22% was what we had, 33% now. Foreign reserves, 35% is depleted by 3 billion. Exchange rate, 461, 1,000, over 1,400 as of today. Public debt, this is what we had. It's increased now. They borrowed more money in the last 1 year. Oil production, it has somewhat increased from 1.18 million averagely per day to 1.28 million. And interest rate, this is a major problem for this government. They try, the fiscal and the monetary policies, try to make sure that things, flotation of the economy, unification of the naira, but this is where we are. 18% then, 26% now. GDP growth rate, don't forget what they said they will do. They said 10%, that's the estimation. But now, this is what we have, 2.98%. But, Doc, in your own general analysis of things, because the fundamentals of all of this in governance is that if you say you will do.
All right. Thank you, my people. It's good to be back here again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Thank you for your time with us today. Today is Sunday, 2nd of June, 2024. I appreciate every one of you right there. My wonderful people. Started with Mother of All Mom Diaspora. Good evening to you, Mommy. Thank you very much for all you do. Happy Sunday to you. Thank you very much, everyone right there. Peggy Modi, Abu Azi. Thank you very much, Mother Martina Ambassi TV. Amaka Fojebi, Mr. Johnson, Emmanuel. God bless you all. Thank you, Rosie Ayosh, Samantha Bright. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you all, my people. Washington Morigi, Delaja Ogumbi in the building. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Madam Ame Bright. Thank you, Burex. I can see you, Alex there. Thank you. God bless you. I appreciate you, Madam Ellen Odibo. Thank you very much. God bless you. Vine Maxwell in the building. Kiss Logera here right there with us. Tony Africa, CO. UC Andrew, thank you, my people. I appreciate every one of you. Shizoba right there with us as well. Wisdom Lucky, thank you, Great Mind. Austin Prince, Nell James, Faith Wilfred, Jacob Obedient. Good evening to you all. Thank you very much, Madam Obi Ashoko. Thank you very much, ma. Appreciate you always. Thank you very much. Everyone right there, Mike Akambare, Mavis Amonse, and many others that have already showcased CXL and many others. Thank you, Peggy Modi, Willie, Tony South. I appreciate you all, my people. Please press on the like button, help us to share. Let's take it from here. I'm just going to post out a link right now for those of you that want to join tonight broadcast. Please come in on time and let's just start doing it right now. I'm going to take on this article right here. Once I'm done with the article, then I'll tally up with a 2 minutes long video, then we're done. I appreciate you all, my people. As you can see right there, release Nnamdi Kanu now. Nigerian court issues notice to DSS boss Bishi of the consequences of disobeying order, risk of jail incarceration. So, yes, that is what it's going to be. Nnamdi Kanu is wasting away and many orders are coming in. It's crazy, Thank you very much. Midwest people, please let me see your face, sir. You know, now only your head I see, I don't see your face. I need to be sure now you did it. You know. Thank you, my people. Kingsley Kinzano, thanks for just coming in. God bless you. Please press on the like, What is happening? Nobody's buying me a coffee today. Is it because it's Sunday or I don't offend somebody already? You know, in most cases on this platform, I don't offend people with my speech because some people expect me to be on one lane. The day I move out of that lane, they begin to be very angry. That's the problem we have on this platform. Unfortunately, that cannot be changed. I can't see you, Midwest people, sir. I can't see you. Now I can see you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You know, so once I move out of that lane, they don't vessel, not be sporty. But nevertheless, I appreciate every one of you. But let me take this article to quickly tally with what we have for you guys today. But meanwhile, I'm going to start with Aisha Yusuf. You know, not say Aisha Yusuf on the video that is currently circulating everywhere, where she refused to stand up when they were giving the new national item. You know, so what's his name? Is it Sunday Igbokwe or something? Joe Igbokwe. Okay, Joe Igbokwe have lambasted on her. You know, saying that she's damaging herself. Joe Igbokwe blast Aisha Yusuf for disrespecting national item. You know, so because of that, okay, let me take her quote. He wrote, take his quote. He wrote, Aisha Yusuf cannot respect the national item. Let us see where all the nonsensical behavior we take her to. She may not understand the damage she's doing to herself and her family. Continue. That's a statement. You know, but Aisha Yusuf have responded to this, you know. Aisha don't respond anyway on Twitter, everywhere. But she made a video about it as well. But let's listen to this quickly.
It's that majestically. Now this what did they call him? That's what they call Joe Igbokwe. Can't say Aisha Yusuf matter.
He said that thing where they call Joe Igbokwe. That thing.
Majestically. Now this what did they call him? That's what they call Joe Igbokwe. Can't say Aisha Yusuf matter. Now I want carry. That way they do slave. Akpokpo more. Where be say don't sell in heritage for Mercy Porridge, even the Mercy Porridge, other than essay where they give up waiting to one governor. His mates are becoming governor. He see that say na essay they do for governor. He dey slave after. Tell me how many years Tinubu take senior you? Now I don't read go Ricky way come become illegitimate president. Even the DC, they even give her anything. The Joy book, they give her anything. No, me no they follow a matter. Because I don't focus on nonsense. I focus on issues. If Joy Boke want make me Aisha Yusufu, they focus on the matter, may enter office. Make on they do anyhow. I will take you on. I they take on people who say they do office. Even appointees myself, I know they to get their time. Now the people who appoint them, now they get their time. So Joy Boke can talk, say, can sit down, say na my matter. Avevekuve.
All right, Avevekuve. I'm not sure what that means. Well, all right. Currently, this is circulating everywhere on social media, and a lot of people are currently discussing it and all that. But my main concern today on this broadcast is Nnamdi Kanu. Too much of everything is bad. This man should be released and allowed to go. Yes, Mayati or whatever how you guys call him have been released, and all the terrorism charges have been dropped and all that. It's crazy. It's crazy still allowing this man to be languishing away in prison till now. As you can see, they are disassociating this satanic, what is it called, Samuel Ekpa from him and all that. You know, I've said it so many times that Samuel Ekpa doesn't have any kind of affiliation with Nnamdi Kanu. He's just doing his own satanic things. But some of you attack me here and all that. I'm happy now. Somebody came yesterday and rebuked him. Madam Nena was rebuking him here. And today, someone else just rebuked him in on Arise, the video I played earlier on. You know, so now only when we talk now, and they say, oh. And anybody that supports someone like Samuel Ekpa, that means you are satanic. Simple as ABCD. You know, even Nnamdi Kanu have said it, and I've played the video here, that is not a support of what this guy is doing, and he should stop forcing people to sit at home and killing his own people. You know, but we played the video here. Some of you were even thinking the video was doctored anyway. So they should let this man go. If they can replace him with Samuel Ekpa, I think that would be nice. Let's see if all the people that is supporting Samuel Ekpa today, you know, if they will be there for him. Obviously, I will never use my channel to campaign for someone like Samuel Ekpa. So I think they should let this man go. It's very, very important. But I'd like to take this article right here so that to tally up what the title right there stands for. Thank you, guys. Oh, I got a super chat. Let me quickly take this article. Nnamdi Kanu, Nigerian court issues notice to DSS boss Bishi of consequences of disobeying court order, risk of jail incarceration. All right. The lawyers accused the DG of the DSSS, also known as the Department of State Services, DSS, of flagrant disobedience to the valid court order of the Federal High Court to provide Kanu's lawyers with facility to prepare for his defense in charge number blah 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 blah. So they went on that particular article right there. Now the Kanu should let go. Now the Kanu should let go. What is happening? You know. So meanwhile, my people, that is all I have for you guys today. You know, I think we should start talking. I only have one person on the panel. If you're joining us right now, if you're joining us on today, it's better to join us now. Let me quickly appreciate you, man. Thank you very much, Madam Albe Ashuko. You're the only one that super chatted me today. You know, I really do appreciate this. My pocket never run dry. I'm grateful for all you do, for your consistency, for your continued support to this channel, and many others. May God bless you all. All right, I'm going to take a few calls quickly so we can start talking. Once I'm done with the call, I'll come to the only person right now we have on the panel so we can start talking. Thank you very much. Oh, I lost that. Okay, if you want to call in, quickly call in now. I have 10 seconds. If not, I'm just going to move back to the panel so that we can start talking. Now, God bless our people. Do your part, press on the like button, and let's do this together. Okay, let me quickly come to Midwest people. Midwest people, it's good to have you on the show today, sir. It's been a while. Where have you been, sir? Good evening to you.
Good evening, my brother.
Thank you,
sometimes, you know, the broadcast hour never favored me. That's just the truth. You know, yeah. So sometimes when I want to come in, the place is filled up and there's no room of coming. So I just listen. That's all.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I greet everybody.
You never tell us who the support for this Edo State governorship election. You know, so you get voice. So
yeah, the thing is, I'm supporting Okpebholo, APC.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and you should be coming to speak for him now.
I will create. I want to create. You know, they are still strategizing. They're doing a foundational campaign, which I love so much. Whether people are making noise, we don't care. Empty drum will always make noise. So we want to take our state back. And that's it. Thank you, my brother. So I will be coming. I will schedule time. I will be representing him here. I will try my best.
You have to, because all of them, they don't hold their flag. Labour Party people don't hold their flag. PDP people don't hold their flag. NNPP don't hold their flag. We have Abga governorship candidate coming this week, but I've not fixed a time for him. So everybody's also we have not really seen anybody supporting him, you know, that can, or rather speaking for him on the panel. So if you can take that, that would be nice.
Okay, I will do. I will do.
Thank you very much.
I will create time, like on Sunday like this. I will always be free to join from now on.
No worries.
When you have a topic of that nature, then I will join and also contribute my own show. Why I love him to be at my state goal.
Thank you, sir. Okay, let me come back to you for a proper submission. We have a couple of people calling in right now. Let me pick some calls. I'll come back to you shortly, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, a lot of you calling in now. I'm free now because I know when I'm free, now they call. If I talk, now they call. Now I'm free. Nobody's calling now. Does it mean that you guys are not hearing what I'm saying now? Or is it delayed or something? I want to pick calls. I'm not returning any of your calls. Gonna assist of una call. If you are hearing my voice, start calling back again now. Because I'm not returning any call right now. It's too early to be returning call. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mother. Love of God is my strength. Good evening to you, man. Please talk to us. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening, man.
Happy Sunday to everyone on this platform. I say hello to everyone on the comment section. Thank you for all you do. And thank you to our brother that's on the platform now, because the panel. And I'm sure all our brothers and sisters, please come out and join Naija Watch. God bless. Now, quickly, happy Sunday anyway, Naija Watch. I want to talk about this Nnamdi Kanu case. This Nnamdi Kanu case is I'm really getting so angry about it, because I don't know why they are holding Nnamdi Kanu. There must be something that the Nigerian government are not telling us. They released Sunday Igboho. He has left his journey with his family. They released Echewore that went to America and is back. What is the problem? Why are they holding Nnamdi Kanu? Why are they not telling us? What is somebody behind the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu? The Nigerian government is not telling us. Because today they will take him to High Court. Tomorrow, Supreme Court. They are moving from one place to the other. They should tell us what is happening. Or this case, maybe we should take it to international court, because it's now becoming ridiculous. This man too is called family. Why are they holding on to him? He should tell us, Nigerians, please. I just want to say one thing. Nnamdi Kanu, no matter where they come from the East, he's our brother. Every one of us should start talking about it on Twitter, everywhere. And I want to say something. I see Tinubu releasing Nnamdi Kanu. Tinubu has no hand in holding this man. There are people behind it. If it's Tinubu will have released Nnamdi Kanu long ago. But there are people who are behind it and are holding on to Nnamdi Kanu that Nnamdi Kanu must not be released. And those people are those ones who don't forgive. Their heart is so wicked. Nnamdi Kanu has done nothing to them. He has not even slaughtered anybody, like the terror, the Boko Haram that's going around with their weapon and destroying people. So why, please, Nigeria government, Mr. Tinubu, I'm calling on you. Please release Nnamdi Kanu. Let him go. He's got family. Please, we need Nnamdi Kanu alive. Please, nothing must happen to him. Release him for us, please. We are begging. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I want to go to Mr. Ibokwe. The one that I did is, I'm sorry, I don't want to cough because I know you caution me. Now, what is his business with Asha Yusuf? If Asha Yusuf refused to stand up, what is his own business? Me, I don't like the new national item. I don't like it. Why would I go and see that kind of national item that looks as if we are still in slavery? It's what you want. You don't know whether her leg is paining her or her back is paining her. That's why she did not stand up. So why is he coming out to put mouth in everything? That man that behaved like slave. So Tinubu and someone in Lagos. That man should be careful. And the man that came, the man on the heart, quickly, the man with the heart that was talking about the Southeast. I'm sorry, Mr. Man, please go and look for somewhere to sit down. All those talk you are just talking as if you don't even know that you are there. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just talking anyhow. He's talking against his own people. Instead of you to talk and say the way the people are being treated is not nice, he's going there talking, calling Opus Odima. Who is Opus Odima? Is Opus Odima somebody that you call to discuss the safety of the Southeast? Please. That man should not have gone out there to even make anything. It was rubbish talk. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, man. God bless you. Thank you. For me, I think as well that Tinubu will release Nnamdi Kanu. Jeko Obedient, you are asking, are you sure Tinubu will release Nnamdi Kanu? I don't think so. For me, I think so. I said it before here. I believe there's some things going on underground. That's my belief, though. Mr. Shimeze, thank you very much, sir, for calling in. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Hello. Good morning. Good evening.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to you.
All Niger World family. Yeah, Mr. Elvis.
Yes, sir.
I hope you're good today, being Sunday.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. May God bless you and your family.
Amen.
Yeah. Niger Watch. You see, there is one thing I want to tell you right now. When like a military or any law enforcement, if you start frustrating or intimidating or harassing your civil the people you say you protect, believe me, if anything comes bad against those people, some people will react, some people will say yes, that's what fit them. Because when you look at the Biafran struggle or the agitation that's been going for a while now, so when you look at the activities of military, it's very bad that on provocation the military will go as Mr. Dr. CM put it 3 days ago. Okay, there's one that if you see the video, when these people are driving to Nnamdi Kalu's they are going to Nnamdi Kalu's house. They have their flags. What the military did, they bring it down and put them inside the mud. I don't think when I saw that video then, they put them inside the mud. They kill some of them. So, when such a thing happen, people will say, oh, that's what feed them. Because the people you're supposed to protect, you're killing them. So, that's what the military or the army doesn't know their limit, what the place, their boundary. The army is supposed to go to war, not killing their civilians. It's not good. That's why if anything happened to them, people will jubilate it. No, it's not good. It's not good. So now, it's because of the bad government. You're using army to do the police work. You're using army to escort money on the road. Putting a blockage in all eastern region. It doesn't happen that way in north. It's not good. Even the one that was saying the interview, so-called also, that one, he doesn't have a brain. He said, your people, he said, if they feel that they are marginalized, your people, your own people, you don't know what's going on? He said they feel. What kind of topic is that? And nobody hijacked, as he's saying, nobody hijacked IPOB. Let him know what he's saying. He's just talking for himself. He don't know what to say. He don't know what's going on with your people. You come to TV, all the way interview, you're putting around the bush. They can't even come out and say, no. The thing they're doing to us, don't say them. You are monk. The thing they're doing to us is not good. I don't know why you put yourself aside, putting others, them. Who are them and who us? Why not use us? You're using them. Are you not a monk? Come on. Let us be realistic here. I don't know reason why people would never come out and say the truth. All what Nnamdi Kanu had been saying, all of them have come to pass. When he said, protect your land, protect your people. And nobody here remember the foreign heroes or their victims. What happened 70 years ago. Now, when he say, oh, that sentence is not good. So what do you want Alex Otti to say? To kill his people? Okay, the way you're putting, nobody knows who killed the army people. If they look at it, say 11 people died on this issue. And only thing we are hearing is army. What of those people? What of other people? What other civilians? Are not they human beings? Is it because I know we uniform? Tomorrow they can enter army and wearing their uniform. Is it not uniform? So I don't see the reason why when we say something, let us say the way it is, not the other way around. Okay, look at the national anthem. Oh, they say national. I go across one video. He said, "Oh, this national anthem will bring. The national anthem will chase nepotism, favoritism, religionism, tribalism. It will take it away, and even corruption. The national anthem will take it away. Even the so-called rigging election, selection ballot box, the national anthem will take them away. Come on, who are this? Who do this thing? Who does this thing to these people? What are they talking? Open their mouth and saying something that's not written on the book? What's wrong with them?
Okay.
They will never. I say something that people will understand. It's not good. They should release Nnamdi Kanu. Enough of this. Enough of this. It's been a while. This is some man, the DSS man, he have been in DSS for how many? During Buhari, how many years now? Up to 3 years or more than. So no one else can be a DSS chairman. That man, is he from Tawura? I think he's from Tawura.
All right.
Nobody else qualified to be a DSS man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Niger World. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. God bless you too. Thank you very much for that long submission right there. You know, let me take this call as well. Maybe we'll be taking more calls today. Thank you very much, my brother, Mr. Bright Asamoah. Talk to us. Good evening to you.
Happy Sunday, Mr. Niger Wash.
Thank you.
I really also. I wish everybody happy Sunday and happy new week. Thank you for the time. I want to speak on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. I know it's painful. A lot of Nigerians want the man to be released, and all these court adjournment and the statement that they are making that DSS should release. I think all these are just to keep the people busy, you know, because me and you, Mr. Niger Wash, we know that country is a lawless country. Nobody respects any office. Anybody with the highest office can control the other person. So it's the same country that they change the election results. So how will people like that, we call one court will now say they should release Nnamdi Kanu and they will just agree and release him. It has always been like that. It's just buying time, putting people into, like, you know, have something to talk about. For me, like one of my sisters said earlier that Sunday Igboho was released, Shiwore was released. Why is Nnamdi Kanu a different case? It's a different case because Nnamdi Kanu did not compromise. I said it before. When you don't compromise with the system, you don't share the same idea with the system, you remain where you are. Shiwore was compromised in the sense that he decided to partake in an election with the same people who he said they were not in their right position to handle the country. And they knew they were going to beat him black blue, so they gave him that platform to be released and so that he participated in the election. Sunday Igboho as well himself is not a political person. He's not like Nnamdi Kanu. He was just advocating for the people in his state, and they knew that he could be forgiven and he would not have a fate like a force like that of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is kind of dangerous to the Nigerian system, in the sense that they see him that if they release him, especially some of these big Igbo billionaires in the East and politicians, is going to make them irrelevant when he comes out, because the people will not listen to such people again, and people will push him to change the status quo, and these people will be out of the system, and they will not like it. And they will not like it. And Nnamdi Kanu also is being released. We change the status quo in Nigeria. You will see different people coming out to fight for their own regional separates and say, oh, if he can do it and put his place in order, we want to also put our place in order. Then the elites, they will be in problem. These people, they know. And also the international bodies to themselves, they will be affected. My sister is talking about the ICC. Let me tell you, all these ICC, America, all these people, they don't help us as Africans. They just come and just, put us in one box and they do whatever they want to do. You see what is going on globally. These people are for their own selfish interest. If not the way people we are advocating for, we don't want a base in Nigeria. These people, we are already putting a base there. And you saw all these people, these politicians, they are just there for their own. What the Nnamdi Kanu is just there, and this man is just there. They don't want him out because they will never, because the man has said, this is what I want to do, and this is what I stand for. And it does not suit them at all. It's not the same thing at all. So if he's released, any day he comes out, the whole place.
All right, Mr. Bright.
Mr.
Bright, you said Nnamdi Kanu did not compromise. Can you expatiate on that? How do you wanted him to compromise?
Okay, when I said he did not compromise, Nnamdi Kanu has his stand, like he needed something for his own people, for his own kind. He needed a status quo that changed, an equality for his own people to be identified as who they are. And whatever they have lost with the Nigerian system, he wanted to get it back. He wanted to set a base for kind of making them more prosperous than the way they are. And maybe change the people that are running their system as Easterners. That is one of the things he wanted to do. And he wanted some things like all those things that people coming to their place to take lives, take lands that does not belong to them. He will not advocate for that. So the system of Nigeria does not allow that. And by the time if he is brought to sit down with these people and say, okay, fine, we will release you. But all these things we are talking about, we don't talk about it again. You can join us for election. And the man does not see, he does not want it that way. He just wants to go. He just wants to go and forget about the system and start his own system.
So do you think he's doing the right thing by not listening to them, or you think he's doing the wrong thing by not compromising with them?
Let me tell you something. Let me give you an instance today. If you look at the issue of South Africa, when the South Africans were under apartheid, people were like Mandela were put in prison and they said they were fighting for the black South Africans. After how many 20-something years imprisonment, he was set free. The whole Europe, America were hailing him and saying, oh, because you know why? Because when the man was to be set free, he didn't know the deal. Because first of all, before he was put in jail, it was because they saw him as, if we don't take this person and put him somewhere, he will take all the foreigners out of the country and make it a black South African. That was why the white people were scared and they took him and put him there. But when he became more like, okay, democratic person, okay, we'll put this on the platform for everybody. Everybody will be here to let everybody have what they have taken from us. Like if a white man takes a land, the land remains with him, even though it comes out. So when Mandela came out, he did not take those things back from those white people that took it from the South Africa. That is why he was given that freedom. But people didn't know. Do you look at the way South Africa is going today? Do you think majority of what belongs to South Africans belong to the black South Africans? No, it still belongs to the white South Africans. And that is one of the problems they are having today. That is a compromise. Because when he came, he did not change the status quo. He became the president of South Africa, but things remained the way it was.
Okay.
So Nnamdi the Kanu idea, like ideology, does not suit that same platform. Because even if you are going to compromise, like, okay, we will free you. Because before they free this, but they are going to put it down. He's going to sign paper, he's going to dialogue, he's going to say, okay, if I'm free, I will say this and this things I'm saying, I will let things be like this, I will let it be like this. They will listen. They will definitely listen. But if you stand and say, no, my advocacy, the way I've started, is going to remain that way, the people will be scared. They won't let him go. It's a simple.
So, what advice do you now have for him now in 30 seconds?
Let me tell you, man. See, if you are a freedom fighter, if you really are a freedom fighter, you remain a freedom fighter. If you want something, you want something. If you read the book, The Animals Farm, if you decide to not, if you want to change the system, you should be ready to go extra length. That is to put your life down, and that is what the man is doing. He's only advocating for him to be free based on the way he was brought to Nigeria. But he has not changed this instant, and I support this idea, because you cannot call yourself a Messiah and say you thought that people believe in Jesus Christ and he died for you. If he was not serious to become a Messiah, he would die for you.
Okay, so your stand is for him not to compromise with Nigerian government, right?
No. If he compromise, what is the essence of him now? What are we suffering for? Why will he be suffering there for keeping himself for there if you are going to compromise and also begin to say, okay, let us work together with each other? Hey, at the end of the day, when he comes back, after like 5 or 6 years from there, he will become irrelevant. He will become more like the people who he was fighting against.
Okay.
It's going to be like that too.
Okay, that means he shouldn't compromise.
No, why will you compromise?
Okay. Good. Okay. Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Thank you. All right. Okay. Let's move on. I appreciate every one of you. That is a wonderful submission from Mr. Bright Asamoah right there. But meanwhile, before I pick another call, I would like to celebrate one of our own, Madam Martina Obasuyi TV. Today is her birthday, and today is also Madam Irene's birthday. So I'm surprised that what a coincidence that my two team, they're celebrating their birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Madam Martina Obasuyi TV. I wish you the best ever life can give. I thank you very much for your dedication, consecration to this channel for the past couple of years. I'm very, very grateful for all you do. I don't pay you penny for doing this. I don't pay none of you penny for doing what you're doing. I'm very, very grateful for this. May God bless you. May God bless your new age. Madam Iris Finance, happy birthday to you. I appreciate you for all you do. I wish you all the best life can give. Thank you very much. I wish you the best new age ever. You guys enjoy your time. You know, as long as we live, we breathe, let's continue to live a good life. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. So guys, if you're on the comment section, wish my team happy birthday, Madam Iris Finance, Madam Martina Obasuyi TV. All of them are celebrating the birthday today. All right, my people, I appreciate every one of you. May God bless you all. So I'd like us to move on right now so that we can, do this together. All right, in case you want to call in now but let me come to my panelists so that we'll take it from there. Midwest people, thank you very much, sir. The first on the panel. Thank you so much. So talk to us. Give us your submission. You need to unmute yourself, sir. Okay. Midwest people.
Good evening. I greet the house. I greet everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, the thing is this, you can't use lawlessness to solve what you also consider as lawlessness. If we fail to honor court orders and the rules of judiciary, it means the country itself is also acting in the direction of lawlessness. If there is any court order, valid one, that really back the release of Kanu, I don't see any reason why DSS, because they don't have power to hold him. Except at the same time, because the country is very complex. But when you look at the judiciary structure or the constitution itself, they also have another court backing to hold him. Then they can, hang on that and say we are detaining because of this. But however, if there's nothing like that, they are just taking laws into their hands. like the head of the DSS should remember one thing. He should not be a scapegoat. Because if you look at what is biting Emefiele today, when Buhari was close to him, and then Abuja influence was there, he did not even remember that he's just a common man. Today, power have changed hand. Now he's facing the wrath of the law. And people are just there, trying to finish him completely. So the DSS boasts today, you also have your own future, you also have your own children. Because if you are violating the court order and someone is protecting you because they are in federal level, remember, one day the power will change hand and you will see it's going to see a lot of abuse around himself. So that's just what I have there. Because the whole thing is very, very confusing. But however, Kanu is not just in jail today because Tinubu want him to be there. The issue of Kanu is being treated by the Eastern people, their leaders, their elders, even those who talk openly, pam, free him now, this and that. Some of them is just to save their faces. Behind the closed door, as that speaker just said, if we release this man, he will be the king of our region. Our youth are not going to listen to us. We will become voiceless and irrelevant. So that for that space, for that reason, they are strategizing on how even, I don't know, may God forbid, just to finish him there. And if you look at the attitude of Samuel Ekpa, me, I'm becoming very suspicious because I don't really know, because I'm a little bit suspicious that some people within that region are the ones sponsoring Samuel Ekpa, just to create a situation that would be favorable for their narration. That indeed Kanu, there's a reason for Kanu to remain in jail. Because what Ekpa is doing is not, it has no relevance to what Kanu really stand for. He is not contributing. At this moment, the leader of that movement is under arrest. So how are you going to free him should be a concern. If you order a seat at home, it's like you are pouring fire into pouring a benzene and all this petrol and kerosene into fire already. Now we lost 5 innocent Nigerian servicemen in the southeast. Allegedly, people will always point to IPOB. There's no two ways about it because of their activities for so many years. And these are innocent Nigerians, and they have families, they have wife, they have brother, they have sisters. And when you put on Nigeria Army uniform or a police uniform or any form of security agent uniform, and they are in group, they are in a formation, you don't know who is from Southeast, you don't know who is from North, you don't know who is from Southwest. So people don't even know that their cousins are there. They just do whatever they want. And that's all. So you cannot be participating in a crisis that the same people you pretend that I want to help, you're not bringing problem to them. Here come Nigeria Army now. If they should approach that area with emotion and anger, it's going to be a bloodbath. Here come a country where the president nobody can check on the Nigeria Army now with the situation we are. We can't remove them from our street. We can't remove them from our butches. So they must be there to support the police for the survivability of the country. If they are not there, there is no way. So, and when you deploy them and they carry pain of losing their men, innocent people will continue to pay. So my advice for Nigeria President Tinubu as well is to look at this issue critically and see what he can do with executive order. Set Kanu free, give him conditions. You can just tell him, look, till my administration end, this for you. I don't want to see anything that have to do with what you have been saying. It's so simple. Then I will free you on this condition. So you can continue. If you want to go to wherever you want to go, this kind of sit at home and everything is not helping anybody. And again, the president now is moving towards a very rightful direction. There is a bill that is already talking about regional government. So the issue is a regional issue, but you don't have government of a region there. Governors are, as Adama rightly said, all governors are doing their own show. So maybe one day, once a while, in a period of time, they just meet together as governor forum. No law. It's just an association. There's no law for them to come together and solve problem on how to think of how to solve problem for the people of that region. So they just come together on their own as a forum, being the governor elected within the region. So for them to come together collectively to really see this problem that is affecting the region, as affecting the people as a region, though in a different capacity within the state space, but it's still a regional issue. These are some of the things that we should be hoping for. Because for me, I don't think the problem, another person want to talk. Hello?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Our problem today is not just only president issue. We have to digest the whole issue holistically, not just pointing finger all the time. When Buhari was there, he was doing his best. A tree cannot make a forest. And you have to work with decent governance. And these governance, for me, they are the real problem that we are having in this country today. Because the allocation being given to them lack accountability, it lack transparency. And when they misuse this money and things are not going well, they will be pointing to the federal level and pushing everybody high towards the federal level. So we as in Nigeria, we don't really know where our problem lies because of this state creation. We don't know. And the whole thing, the way they strategy is so complex. So I hope that they set Kanu free and address this issue of regional government. Let's have a regional parliament that have to put the people together. Let region have a say with their resources and contribute to the federal. If it is 50% of whatever they are producing, like the way it were before. And then the federal government, since it's expecting 50%, is not going to lose guide. It must follow the accounting system to know exactly what they are making. Because we don't have this structure on ground, everything belongs to Mr. President. Then for the president, he just decide to, state that we have, oh, Mr. Governor, this is your allocation for this, allocation for that. Every month they come to collect money. The people in Senate, money meant for even the local government is being given to the senators. They call it constituency development. I don't know. This kind of structure is not in any place in the world. The president of the country where we are running to as a Nigeria, they don't have access to money. The governors or regional president or premier don't have access to money. The local government they don't count money apart from their salaries. Their office is merely created for bureaucratic purpose. But in our own case, everything is just, even ministers you create, then you pump everything to them. So for me, I think we should respect the rule of law when it comes to Kanu. If the court said it should remain there, and there are reasons, what else can we do? But if the court said, set him free, he should be free. I see no reason why he should be there. People not respecting court order is very, very, very heartbroken. And I believe that DSS man of today will end up like a Mayfield. They will use him. When power change, he will not believe his eye. Because once these judges start pronouncing things against him, it will be there. Whether they implement it or not, other people can pick it tomorrow. And then he will not be looking for the faces he wants know. Like a mere fella today, he's searching for those faces that he once associates with, that make him to feel as if he's on top of the world. But none of them is available to him. So the DSS man will also end up like that. That's just my belief. I'm not a fan of Kanu. You understand me? Right from the time when I come, I'm not his fan. There are so many things he did that I don't agree with. But when the court said this man should be free, he should be free. That is the last hope of every common man, particularly when we are in democracy. Even the military era, they still work with the judiciary. It is only matters that have to do within the space of the military that they will not create military tribunal. They don't use that military tribunal for civilians, except those civilians who collaborated with the same military, like, for example, they want to topple government. But all that matters. What the judge said is like this. They don't have choice again. Except they have to stop it before the judge pronounce whatever you want to pronounce. But once it has been given out, they will respect that order, no matter what. But here we are having a democracy. The judges are doing their own thing. The police are just doing their own. There is nothing like human rights. Everybody just wake up. As a governor, you can bulldozer people investment and scare people away. Even the remittance, foreign, what's it called? Diaspora remittance has dropped. Who will see all these things and not be afraid of his future? Not to talk of foreign investors. So there's a lot of abuse of power across the country in all hands of government, appointees, and these ministerial positions they give to people. They don't believe human beings should have a right at all. It's just, I want it now, I want it now. It's very heartbroken. Let Nigeria government think properly and let those, whether you hate Kanu or you don't support him, you don't believe in what he's doing, but at least look at what the judges said. If we start, if we start neglecting or not obeying the court order because we are uniform men, what kind of message are we sending? A message of lawlessness. That's just the truth. And you say you want to control someone that you believe that has violated the law. He has acted in a manner of lawlessness. Then as a state, you cannot obey court order. It's an insult. It's not a good practice. Let them set, if court said let him go. I don't see any reason why he should be there. I don't see any reason. But if the same court have a way of saying, no, he must remain, then let him be there. There's nothing we can do. So that's just my own submission on that thing, my brother. So I will give space to another person if someone is there or someone wants to call you.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. I appreciate you. Thank you for that wonderful submission. I like when people give a transparent and a truthful submission like this, regardless of whoever that is involved. This is unfair. What is unfair is unfair. If others have been allowed to go, so why is Nnamdi Kanu stay there? And I like the fact that you mentioned that if this DSS man is not careful, what happened to Emefiele might likely happen to him. That is just the truth. Because at the end of the day, when when that man they reign that time, he believe say, I ain't get the word, but look at him today. The table will turn. The table will certainly turn somehow, someday. So thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you right there. Before I call on the next person on the panel, which is, okay, let me take this call quickly. Thank you very much. Good evening to you. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name and where you calling from?
Yes, I'm calling from Kuala Lumpur.
Calling from where?
Kuala Lumpur. I'm calling from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
We can't hear you, sir. We can't hear you, unfortunately. You need to talk properly so that we can hear you. Yeah, but your line is not that clear. Anyway, go ahead with your submission. It's not that clear.
Okay. What I'm like of people there based on Mohammed Bishi, the DSS boss.
Yeah.
Called Marvin Nnamdi. Okay. The more they hold MNK, the more the problems of Nigeria is multiplied, and the more all the foreign investors are going away. Citing lawlessness of the security agencies in Nigeria. Okay? How many times have courts given him order to release that man? Okay? You release some set of people from other regions and you are still holding that man. On what ground are you holding him? And holding that man is what has brought the crisis and the chaos in Nigeria. And you are still holding him at the detriment of the sufferings of the masses. You know how many people they have killed since they hold that, they kidnapped that man. You cannot use injustice to fight injustice. So that's only my suggestion and my submission.
Thank you, sir.
Okay?
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Okay, let's see if we have another caller quickly before we move on. A couple of you were calling in while the submission was going on. Okay, someone actually, Mr. Kingsley, you call from Italy. I'm returning your call quickly. If you are there, you need to pick now. Guys, help us to press on the like button, help us to share. I appreciate every one of you. Okay, Kingsley, you are not picking, so I've done my part. Before I call on the next person to speak to us, I'd like to quickly appreciate those of you that have supported the channel, starting all over again from Madam Obe Ashoko. Thank you very much, ma. I appreciate you once again. And I love God is my strength. Thank you very much, ma. I appreciate you. May your pocket never run dry. Jacob Obedient, I'm very, very grateful. May your pocket never run dry. May God bless you all for me. Thank you. Okay, Oga CM, it's good to have you on the show, sir. Okay, hold on, Oga CM. Hold on, please. Hold on. This person is calling back again. Okay, thank you, sir. I was calling you earlier on. Your name and where you calling us from? Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Man.
Thank you, sir. Your name and where you are calling from?
My name is Onyozi, and I am calling from Europe.
Okay, sir. Talk to us. Thank you.
In the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, we have heard what you people said about him. And now it is known to us who is holding him. Before, we are saying it that it is the governors and all the stakeholders in the East are responsible for his kidnapping. Now it's not hiding it. It's not hiding again. You people are the one that is saying it before us. When we said it, no one believed. No problem. No problem. What we are going to do to the governors, like we told the president, Tinubu, that we will do exchange with Nnamdi Kanu, and that is how it's going to end.
What are you saying, sir? I don't hold on, sir. I'm not getting you. Okay, you are animal, so I don't understand what you're saying. So I believe you're animals. We don't we don't give chance for animals to demonstrate their stupidity on this platform. All right. So if you want to give a polite submission, you should come here. You are not allowed to call anybody criminals from our platform. All right. And your submission was not straight as well. You are beating around. So in case you want to call back, you're not blocked yet. But if you want to call back next time, you should go to our description to know the rules of this platform. You can't call us and call anybody criminal on our platform. You must be cautioned. Next time you do it, you'll be blocked on earth and heaven. Good evening to you, sir. Your name and where you're calling us from. Hello, are you there? Can you hear me?
Good evening.
Hello. Yeah, good evening, sir. Thank you. Your name and where you're calling from.
Sorry, my brother, now. Anybody should not come and promote nonsense and say, "Whoa, they use your platform."
Exactly.
Don't allow them.
Don't mind him.
If you want to solve that problem, they should go to Abuja. They should not come and use your platform.
He's one of the animals. Yes.
Don't let anybody put you in a problem because of their selfishness or their problem.
He can't do that
here. Talk for yourself. Please, my brother, please don't allow that.
Thank you.
To anybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. He can't do it here. Everybody know that. So if you want to behave like animal, this is not the right place you need to be. You know, so it is better you do it somewhere else. All right. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you very much for your time with us. I'd like us to move on right now. Oga CM, you have the floor. It's good to have you on the show, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Good evening, Niger Watch. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Please, all protocols duly observed. Actually, like we used to say, the dignity of a king is not just what the king is wearing, but the people around him, those that are always by his side, front, back, let's say back and sideways. So whenever you are out, we will try just to join our own voice to your own, so that it should not be a monologue, you talking to yourself. So whatever it is, for what it is worth, we try. Whatever it is, just to come and join our voice to your own.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You know, this, what else do we need to say on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's issue that we haven't said? It's just that it keeps reoccurring, but I don't know. Most people, even I don't know. People are even crying. Who was the lady? The lady that phoned. She's almost crying. She was almost crying. I heard her voice. I think, Madam, God is my final. God is my, the love of God, or is my. They're saying something like that. Anyway, the thing is, like, somebody you observed the DSS or whatever, whoever is having there, they don't want to allow Nnamdi Kanu to go. I don't want to listen to side talk. What I always say to people is, what if the court had found Nnamdi Kanu guilty and sentenced him to life? We will still be debating it today. People will tell you, after all, the court is they'll start to quote different law textbooks. The court is this, the court is that. You know, in court is not like Arsenal against Chelsea. They can play draw. It's either you win or you lose. Nnamdi Kanu has lost. You know why? That's why when I'm laughing all this, because I know people will bring this type of logic. But the table turned. This is Nigeria in your own court. He said, let him go. To me, you may feel that the guy is a security risk, he will do this. But the court has looked everything with all the evidence. Do you know the amount of evidence, even gossip, even midnight midnight inducement, everything? Yet the court looked at it and they said, look, discharge him. This is not an offense. So what constitutes an offense is what the court says is an offense. That's why it's called rule of law. You can arrest somebody, say he break into your house, he did this, he did that. And on the day in the court, they look at the evidence and say, look, this allegation, we can't find him guilty. Let him go. From that moment on, you can't call the chap again a thief. So I don't know, these are common sense. We all know it, but I always like to, sometimes I like to start from a conclusion before going to introduction instead of the other way around. If the intention, because behind every action there's a thought, if the intention of holding in Nnamdi Kanu is this Biafra something, it will die down. By the time you hold him, it will die. It won't. Today, people that do not even believe in Nnamdi Kanu's gospel are now flying to his patronage. People are now seeing it. He's even winning fans. If he's holding him is to make him unpopular, it's not popular. Even, okay, look at Niger Watch, you are not Igbo. But look at, because you believe in justice, equity, and fairness. That's why when you see it, you say, this is the headline, release him, let him go. That doesn't mean you support maybe what is at, but you said the law has set him free, let him go. So that is the issue. So when the federal government start to play this, they want to play God. That is what I'm sensing. They want to play God. You can't play God. You cannot. There is an entity that rules over the affairs of men. Now look at Emefiele, what he's going through. Once a powerful man, let's say 24 months ago or 12 months ago, very powerful, everything. Now look at the humiliation. Look at where Emefiele is today. You see, let people not play God. The worst that will happen is for Nnamdi Kanu to die in prison. I remember during June 12, people were saying all sorts of. You see, Nigerians are very terrible people. Not all of them. Some of them, they are very terrible people. Nothing, they didn't talk about MKO Abiola. In fact, they went to his household. How his business, this, Abiola this, Abiola that. Today, Abiola is no more. Even Abacha, where we are telling, hold up, don't release the man. I remember in those days, they said some people will go in the daytime, say, look, on June 12th, we stand, and this. In the midnight, they go to Abacha and say another thing. Where is Abiola today? Where is Abacha? Nigerians don't learn. Where is Abiola? Where is MK? Where is Abacha? IBB used to be one of the most powerful men. IBB sits on his chair wherever he is. Who sees him again? Is he so old that he cannot be moving about like Obasanjo? You see, this life is transient. What you do is, for those that do not know, Nnamdi Kanu came out on the streets of London to campaign against Boko Haram when there was an onslaught in Nigeria. He defended Nigeria with green, white, green flag. There's a record. This is there. I'm not making things up. I can't come here and make things up. But when he now saw that, look, these people, they even have a plan. That was during Jonathan. He now said, no. Their plan is not even what we are thinking of. They want to invade the entire country. Talking of Fulani herdsmen. Why was Amoteku formed? Before, there was no Amoteku. It's because of something like this. Now they kind of said, no, we just have to wage war again. I mean, not really wage war, just resist, and we don't want it. So all these things. And then when they heard him before in Kuje prison, he said they came to him the way they did to Wazirika and all the people that have gone before. He said, after all these people, everybody wants his own money. Name your price. You know, Nigeria. He said he ignored them. What I'm saying is on the is in the public domain. Later he said, okay, when they came the third time, he said, bring a piece of paper and pen. Number one, make sure that you open Calabar Seaport to be as functional as that of Lagos. Open Warri Seaport, One Seaport and Port Harcourt. East-West Road, you must complete it. Enugu Port, that is so many infrastructures he named. He said, if I see evidence, even September 2017, now they kind of held a meeting with Eastern governors. Late Professor B.O. Mwabeze was present. The man now asked him, saying, Nandi, this Biafra, not this your Biafra, is it absolute? Do you know what is absolute? Now they kind of say, look, I can't decide here. I have a committee. I have my all over the world. We will go and have a meeting. I join it. In 2 weeks' time, some of them will join me. We say it here. Let it not be that I betrayed them. That is the type of leadership you want. Before then, they go and invade his house. Because of what happened in Abia. You know, people are quick. I know what I said here or what will happen. Everywhere now, they killed 5 soldiers. Soldiers killed 28 people inside the Nnamdi Kanu's compound. Where are those soldiers? Have they been fished out? What of those families? They wasted 28 people. Some are breadwinners and they left kids, left dependents. What has the Nigerian army done about them? There are no people in Nigeria the army has forced to drink muddy water except in Igbo. You see, when I recount all these things, I feel pain. Yet all these things are in the open. I don't come here to make things up. What I'm doing here, I always say it is that some of these things we know it, only that we bring it to people's consciousness so that they can draw conclusion. That's what we're saying. So now they can sometimes it's highly emotional for me when I look at it. What use is a country if you can't obey your own law? Of what use is a country? Why must a country exist if you do not obey your own law? You make a law that this should be this, and then the thing happens. Do you know what it means that Nigeria is playing a football match? From the center of the circle, maybe Victor Osimhen strikes a shot into the net, and you say it's not a goal. You start to twist it. Do you think the stadium will erupt in? I mean, you can't contain it. People will say it is an injustice against Nigeria because the law says the goal is clean. Tell us how it is not. So that is what the law says. But in Nnamdi Kanu's case, they have to divert it. I don't want to join issues with, people can come on Arise News if they're induced or maybe something happened to them, they come and talk. It doesn't mean. Whatever, even if it's ICM that is saying to hold on Nnamdi Kanu, it doesn't mean anything. The law has set him free and nobody is above the law. So that is the issue. I don't even take offense whether somebody else come and a group will say, no, don't do this, all this conjecture. I don't listen to all those things. What did the law say? What did the law say? The law said discharge. So let him go. When we say Tinubu release him, Tinubu, you have a basis. When somebody accuses you of Tinubu, we say, but the law said Tinubu is not above the law. That's why the constitution he was holding, he said, I will protect, defend, and preserve the constitution. What did the constitution say? You don't know what the constitution must be interpreted by the law court. That's why it's called rule of law. Rule of law is the constitutional doctrine which emphasizes the supremacy and predominance of the law as administered by the law court. So if you say this is in the constitution, I can interpret the constitution the way I want. But when you go to the law court, the way the law interprets it is what we take. And the law has interpreted the law of the country and said Nnamdi Kanu should go. So what are we still beating about the bush, looking for who to blame? Now because this group never go beg, this group don't go beg. You don't beg anybody. If Tinubu releases Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow, based on the fact that maybe CM come to kneel down for him, yes, that will be good. But then Tinubu has compromised Nigeria because it's no longer the rule of the law. It means that because it's a right frame of mind or because I know him, it's the rule of man now. It's no longer rule of law. If the law convicts somebody, no matter the plea, after all, Ekweremadu was in UK. He's in prison. Obasanjo wrote a personal letter to British court. Obasanjo wrote a letter. The senators, they are shameless. They organize themselves only to come to Abuja. I mean, to London, send themselves. Please, they tampered. They thought this is Nigeria. What happened? The justice, the honorable justice, listened to their plea, everything. In the end, he sentenced Ekweremadu because the law is supreme. That is what they call rule of law. You don't take it out on the trial judge. That is the issue. So even if the entire country decide to tell the judge, set him free, we give you all the oil block in Nigeria, the man will listen. He will quietly turn it down and then say what the law. That's why the law is the law. That's why people study law in the university. That is what the law means. You don't beg anything. You can beg before going to court. When the court decides, that is final. The court has set him free. So if the court has jailed Nnamdi Kanu now, what will people be discussing? They will see the hypocrisy. They will now come back and tell you, you see, this is the law. Anyway, Niger Watch, just to join my voice to your own. It's okay. Well, we know this. If I continue going over it, we've been saying it here every day. Nigerians know what the right thing to do. Then about Joe Igbokwe, let me quickly say this. The thing is, it's one of those things. He took on the wrong person, Aisha Yusuf. Aisha is firebrand. Such a person, they look for where he go hang in wahala. And I enjoy. I say, fella say, trouble they sleep. Nyanga go wake him. Aisha just they look for obedient. Where they pen them, say all their effort. Mahmoud thwarted it. Now, Joe Igbokwe go there. That guy say, you don't even know. By the way, who is Joe Igbokwe? Joe Igbokwe say he read mechanical engineering, University of Nigeria and Soka. But you are looking for SA from somebody who forged certificate. How does that work? SA to Gota in Lagos. Not be Agbepo general. That is Agbepo. People who know the meaning of Agbepo. That is what Joe Igbokwe is in. Not SA in terms of SA communication. Maybe SA, maybe engineering services. To the look, SA na Gota. If Mwafoluko should is flooded, Joe Igbokwe will go there and then start to point out the sachet water, pure water nylon that block the place. That is what he's doing. Then there's one type of feces that blocked a Jora Olokpa or a Jora Costain somewhere. That is his job. Now look at where he is. He's just talking nonsense. Some people will just keep quiet. Anyway, I'm happy with what this chap said. Aisha Yusuf. I don't need to add anything anyway. What she said, I have to go and listen to it again. Then there's a news making the round on restructuring. You see, for people that do not know, Nigeria, the thing is, even if those that feel they own Nigeria, if they want to make Nigeria work, they could have made it work. Because when you control everything, you can now use it for the good of the people, but they don't. So the fear of restructuring Nigeria is real. And who will be the greatest beneficiary of this restructuring? The people in the Niger Delta. The Ogoni people, number one, because it will give them now the opportunity to use the proceeds from the oil resources in their land to clean up so that they can even drink clean water, water that is not contaminated by benzene, water that is not contaminated by any chemical. So these are that is the fear. Now, those that are fearing restructuring, because of the fact that they felt that, if you restructure Nigeria now, we will lose our oil wells. The ones you've been having since 1970 or 1960, they've been, sharing oil wells among themselves. What have they done with it? All the lives of Danjuma has been, what have they done with it? Even the man from Anambra State, what has they done with it? All they are doing is just to use it to cause confusion. So to me, if Tinubu, because I'm just hearing it, I'm not sure, but if really the man is serious, he wants to restructure, this is the time. So that all this wahala will just stop. If you don't want to look inwards, then the world will laugh at you. After all, there is one professor from the North said the North is richer than the South. He went on to say, number one, they have vast arable land, which is true. That is even more than crude oil. Secondly, he said they have sunshine, which is true. That sunshine is enough for them to build a solar plant that can maybe, electrify the whole of West Africa. Yes, he said it. And then the third one, The third one he said was, I can't remember it again, but he said there were 3 things. And it's true. So why are they not utilizing it? Why? People in United States say the yam they eat in United States, it comes from Ghana. Why can't it come from Nigeria? Why? Why can't it come from Nigeria? You can imagine how far it goes. So the thing is that Nigeria as a country, look, if I'm to, I don't really like advising government, but if I should, the time to tell Nigeria, look, this restructuring of 18, is that not what we went to do at Gowon and Ojukwu went to do at Aburi? Only to come back and everything was set aside, and then we started descent into mess. So this is what we are saying. This is what we are saying. Nigeria, they should let go. All these cabals try. I don't see anything to fear. Restructure Nigeria, everybody will be happy. Even armed robber will look for job. Even those you feel that are disturbing you with your SUV, they will be forced to do something because opportunity will abound in every locality. You don't need to travel out of your region to feed, although you can still travel out because you need something. So that is the issue. We are saying I don't want all this all the time. Nigeria is just being, look at the mess the country has become. Economically, we are not moving forward. Social, politically, we are in a mess. Quagmire. Nothing is going. People are crying. From a 22%, what is it called, interest rate, to is it 33? When you borrow money, when you borrow 100 naira and they are expected to bring back 133 naira, of what use? How are you going to make the money? So when all these type of things are happening, look at, and there's a one way to solve it. Allow the center to be weakened so that the regions or this thing will be strong and then they fend for themselves. If every state is doing good, it means Nigeria is doing good. If every state is okay, so who cares for Abuja again? Who cares for Abuja? Then everybody will be happy. But until they don't want to do all these things, all they are feeling is that, oh, why should this happen? Some people feel they can put Nigeria into their pocket. That was then. No. This generation won't take that. One day, let me just recapitulate what I'm saying. Where is Sani Abacha today? Where is Sani when he was sitting on the mandate of MKO, everything powerful? Where is Sani? Where is MKO? Even IBB is powerless now. Obasanjo is also winding down. So all these things, it doesn't help. Why should we be doing all this? Look at Emefiele. Look at Emefiele today. I can never believe that Emefiele will now be the way he is. Even the color of his skin, the way I'm seeing, he has changed. When I saw him the other day and they were showing him, I said, this is Emefiele, former central bank governor. Every gala night, you see them, they come and they regret. But that is life. Life is a passing shadow. Let all these leaders, let the so-called leaders, self-appointed anyway, let them realize all this. Life is a passing shadow. There is nothing to life. Today you are alive. The next minute you are gone. Why should people be suffering their fellow Nigerians with all the resources, with all the billions they are stealing? Yet, look at where the country is. So enough said. Anyway, I hope if they are listening, well, let them listen. But Nigeria is far from being a done deal. People they should just get out. Tinubu, as a matter of fact, be your own man. Put your name. Write your name in the annals of history. This is what the people want. Restructure Nigeria. Let everybody, every region, take care of themselves. Whatever is going on in Niger Delta, let them use it. Whatever the Niger Delta is having, let them use it to develop their zone. There is resources everywhere. Everywhere. All of us cannot just be queuing to Abuja to go and take money. That is what they have to do. We discuss the percentage to bring to the center, and then things will start moving. You don't know that we can all work hard. If you don't work hard, you look at your neighbor, look at the way there. That is the way it should be. Then all this coming together too closely and perish on collision because we want to be one Nigeria to please who? To please 1 or 2 or 3 people. So I think that is my message today on a day that Madam Irene Finance, I wish you all the best. Happy birthday, many happy returns. I know you're a firebrand, and then
Madam Martina Obasu TV.
And Madam Obasu. Now why I say them be twins, Abi? They just get.
I don't understand.
I don't understand, and they can't do this thing. So please, may God continue to guide and protect two of you and the rest of those that are having their birthday today. It was really it's a reassuring. I know, Madam Irene Finance, if you are listening, I know because these days when I never hear from you, maybe there's nothing for me to confirm from Anambra State, because any kepu, any rumor where you hear, you go just ask CM, say, CM, have I heard it? Waiting to happen. Anyway, nothing to happen yet. Happy birthday, Madam Irene Finance, and then happy birthday, Madam Martina Basuyi. Oh, welcome to. It's glad knowing you people from Niger Watch platform. Thank you very much, Niger
Thank you.
Watch.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Augustine. God bless you, sir. Thanks for that submission. I appreciate you. Okay, Madam Irish Finance in the building. We celebrate your birthday since, so we don't break bottle everywhere. Don't break champagne. In fact, many champagne bottle where we break Azul day side, many of them. Now the same will come pay. You know, I don't know say that's what the thing costs. So as we talk now, they don't lock us for a side bar for you, Madam Irene. They say if we don't pay, we not they go anywhere. I bet do as you want, continue to pay these bills before comes. We don't break many bottles for your care since, trust me. Happy birthday once again. Thank you very much. God bless you all. All right. Before I come to you, Mr. Jonathan, I would like to quickly go to Madam Patricia Tagbojomi. It's good to have you on the show, sir. Madam, thank you very much. Happy Sunday to you. Please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Mr. Elvis. Actually, I came in just to wish the two ladies
happy birthday. I bet wish them.
Madam Irene Finance and Madam Martina Obasi. Congratulations. So happy birthday to you people. May the Lord continue to prosper you in your new age, give you more grace, strength, and glorify your name. Yes, give you more glory in your life and beauty. And I pray that everything that you put your hands to do going forward, it will be turned out successfully in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. It's great to know that you guys are celebrating your birthdays the same day. Yeah, Mr. Evans said you didn't know that it was their birthday. Wow.
Because anyway, there's two coincident now, two of them the same day.
It's good. It's good. That's one. They say two is better than one, so it's good. There are two on the same day, so they complement each other actually. So it's very good. Thank God for their life. No, Una Dikano's trouble is still going on. I don't know why they are keeping him there, but I know that they don't dare to let him die. Because if they try that, which means they want to turn the whole country upside down. But by even keeping him there, like Mr. CN said before, they made him even more popular than what he was. Because many people now are more agitating for him, people that are not Igbos, they are now agitating for him as well. So I think the injustice in that country is just too rampant, and something needs to be done. But at the same time, like I always say, they said it is the rat that is in the house that tells the thief outside that there's something in the house. So the problem of Unandi again, like I think was Mr. Was it Shooks? I don't know, the man that came, is this Shibuze? The man that called first. He was also mentioning somebody that he was referring to the problem as their problem, whereas he is an Igbo man, but he was saying them and us. So the man reacted to that. Now why would he be saying them when he's an Igbo man? Why would he not say we? I don't know. Mr. Evans, you remember that the first person that called? Yes. So that's the same thing I've been stressing here. Because you see, I believe that one of this problem is the elites in the southeast. They don't want him to be released. And whether they like it or not, like Mr. CM said, they are not God. If man will not release him, God will release him. That is sure. Because I mean, the injustice is just too much. You cannot tell me that You know, in the same country, you have two rules for different folks. So it will not work. They just have to find a way to let him go, because he's absolutely innocent. He hasn't done anything wrong to agitate for his people. You know, because if the country was fair, there was equity, there was fairness and justice, you know, for all. I don't think Nnamdi Kanu would have come out to be crying wolf wolf with the government. No. And the reason why we are here is not the same thing, because there is no fairness, there is no equity, there is no justice. So the DSS still keeping him there. I don't think it's proper. They should honor the rule of law. But I know what they mean when they say rule of law. The rule of law is for you and me. Actually, it is the rule of our law. You know, that's what it is to them. It is what they call the rule of law that becomes the rule of law. The Constitution has been rubbished. Nobody obeys it. Nobody honors it. If it was honored, is it not our president 25%, and suddenly was giving another different interpretation from what we know, that you must have, you know, God, Nigeria. What? I think we saw many what they call it, eloquent people that we say, or so-called educated illiterates. That's what I would call them. Because if you are really educated, you know, you cannot come to an open space like this to degrade yourself, humiliate yourself, just because you have something to gain. You know, how can you say that? You know, 30, we have to have how many percent was this? You have to have a certain amount of, I can't remember exactly now, certain amount of the state, and then FTC. You must also have 25% of FTC. But we saw it here now that they turned it to another thing. Even before the election, we saw a lot of people from the APC camp were saying that anybody that must win the election must have 25% of the FCT people's vote. But this was not the case with Tinubu. He didn't have 25%. It was Obi that had 25% and had that many. I think was maybe how many 30, how many states? Well, that 25 states. You know, then plus FCT. It is a must. Shall have. And shall, and you know, so but they change it so that it doesn't matter anymore. We saw it now, so it's not the rule of law, it's the rule of our law. It is the rule of their law. You understand? It is it's not the rule of law. So when we are crying the rule of law, it doesn't make any distinction, because the rule of law is not about the rule of law for us. It's for them. They are the one that defines the law. They tell you what it should be. They twist it when they want to favor them, and when they don't favor, if it's me and you, then they let the law. They give us the full wrath of the law. But when it comes to them, then it becomes the rule of their law. So it's like that. So Nigeria, we are really in a crossroad, and we need to do something collectively. The way I'm looking at it, so it's time, you know, for the Eastern people mostly to come together and really determine whether they want to Nnamdi Kanu release. Because if they really want him released, it will not take more than 1 day before they will release this man. Because what he actually is agitating for is for the common good of the whole people. But the elites on the top, they don't want it. They don't want it because if he's able to liberate them from their clutches, if he's able to bring freedom and liberty to the majority of the people, which means these elites, they will not have anything to be eating anymore. That's what it is. So we know what is playing, you know. But I think that there must be a way out for him, because the injustice cannot continue. If man will not free him, God will free him. So I so believe that anybody that comes out, whether you are from any tribe or whatever, as long as you are fighting for the common good of humanity, I think you deserve, you deserve to be treated well. You deserve to live. You deserve to see your dream come to pass. And I will still tell him he doesn't need to compromise. He should not compromise anything. He should stand on his ground, because if you compromise, it will not still solve the problem, which means you are fighting the fight. You are leaving the fight for somebody else to come and fight. So which means you wouldn't have started at all. It's better you didn't start than you start and then you now compromise and then shaking in. That is not a good sign. So the way you started it, continue. No compromise, no retreat, no surrender until the right thing is done. We need people with character. We need people with character, because yes, it is character that is lacking in our leaders. They don't have it. They don't have character, because if you have character, you'll be disciplined. You will have, you just know that this far, I don't go this low. You put yourself in a level and you remain on that level. From that level, it's either you go higher, you can never go lower. So character is what is lacking. So if not the camera is hearing me, never compromise. Stay on your track. Ensure that what you started, what you are fighting for, becomes. Because really and really, it's either you get it right, or even if they buy you, even if they buy you, more Una the Kanus will spring up to see carry on this battle. So if the Nigeria government is thinking that if they buy you, they finish the whole thing, they must be joking. That will not happen. It can only just produce more Una the Kanus everywhere to still carry on this fight of total liberation from these oppressors. And the earlier this Eastern elite understand that time is not on their side, the better for them. Because I don't think that if they allow this man to buy inside that place, I don't think Nigeria will ever be the same. I don't think so. And then too, they will just be ready to just go somewhere else. So now, so it just be. I don't think, because the way things are now, if they allow this man to buy inside there, not only the Eastern blocks, not only the Easterners will react, even up to even including us, that we are not Igbos, we will react, because then we know that, which means there is no hope for this country. So DSS, you've heard what many of my co-panelists have said, especially this man on this screen now. You, that the DSS, whether chairman, whatever you are, obey the rule of law. No matter who is pushing you to do the wrong thing, obey the law and let him go. Since the court has freed him, let him go. You have no business holding him one more second there. You don't have that. You don't have that luxury. So let him go and save your own self, because at the end, you too, at a time, you will answer to all these things that you are doing. So I think many people have cited the example of Obas, what's it called, Central Bank, Emefiele. So a word is enough for the wise. So do the needful and let him go. Obey the court order that has been served now, that you should release him. So releasing is not supposed to be under your custody up till now. So release Nnamdi Kanu, free him, let him go, and continue with his life. If Nigeria wants to do the right thing, I don't think it will continue to agitate. Once this regional setup comes, yes, then we can look at working together as everybody managing themselves, But so not as a country, to not as one full country in that regard, that everything is going to the center, but at least, you know, everybody manage their resources and everybody have their own security and all this. So that's what we want. That's what we want. That's what everybody's clamoring for. So I think that's not too difficult for we to get, if we still want to keep this fraudulent entity called Nigeria. So I think this is the way to go first, until we can now decide whether we will dissolve the whole thing or stay with the regional settings. So for me, my Delta, my Edo, and former Bende, I think we are one people. We are not separate. You know, the former Bende, we are one block. We have remained one block. It's all this separation of state that is trying to divide us, but yet they can't, because the Yoruba man feels it's a Benin person. The Benin man knows that the Yoruba is from Benin. So it's just like that. We cannot cheat nature. We know where we are from. We are not bastards. We belong to the Benin. We belong to Benin. So that's it. And then yes, so they should free Nnamdi Kanu. Wherever you are now, free Nnamdi Kanu. Just free him. That's all we want. Free Nnamdi Kanu. It doesn't deserve to be there any longer than tomorrow. You people should free him. So thank you, Mr. Ives. I think I will stop here. Yes,
okay. Thank you, Madam Patricia. God bless you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. All right, and before I call on Noga Jonathan, Didi Anthony, I just want to say thank you very much, sir, for the support. God bless you. I'm grateful. Thank you. Okay, yes, yesterday we announced that the APGA governorship candidate of those states is going to be joining us. He reached out to us that he needs to come to the platform, so we fixed a day, which I need to confirm by tomorrow this week. So then, that was APGA. Then the NNPP candidate have reached out to us as well that they want to come to our channel to speak to Edo Light all over the world. So this week, we're going to have more of them. We're having the APGA governorship candidate. We're having the NNPP governorship candidate. Both of them is coming in. I've scheduled Tuesday and Wednesday for both of them, but one of them have not confirmed that yet. So if both of them have been confirmed, so it's going to be back to back, having one today, the next day we're having another one. So yes, let's do this together. God bless you all. Gassim, do you want to say something, sir?
Yeah, yes, I'm really happy with this news. The more the merrier. Why I say this is that it will make, already we know, just like let us know what they think about the problem facing Edo State. You know, what solution do you have? Because the problems and the questions might not be very different from what we've been fielding here. So I'm so happy. Probably and it means that they've been listening to Naija Watch. That's why they want to come in. Or somebody from here or whatever must have told them, look, you had better go and make your presence known. Go and canvass the opinion. Take questions from them. It will help you to formulate your campaign strategy as you go along. So it's a kudos to what we do here anyway. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. God bless you, sir. Thanks for always encouraging me. Appreciate you, sir. All right. Thank you, everyone. Let's hear from the last person on the panel, which is Mr. Jonathan Kingsley. It's good to have you on the show, sir. I thought you were not going to join today. You were having some wonderful red wine and turkey, you know, and what else? Relaxing today.
Yes, Mr. Ives. Yes, Mr. Ives. Thank you very much. Good evening and greetings to you once again, and thanks for the good work you are doing. I greet all the fellow panelists, those that are on the comment section and those that are listening and watching this broadcast. Please take time to like and to subscribe. Welcome once again. Let me greet those that the two ladies. Happy birthday, Madam Irene and Madam Martina. I join my voices with others to wish you a happy, wonderful birthday and many, many more years ahead. God bless you all. You see, Yeah, yesterday I was I was not on the panel. The obvious truth was that my space was occupied by people, people who are watching the Champions League final. So I will break all the rules of the panel, of the broadcast, or of the channel rather, if I join, because the noise will be the noise will just be too much. So I decided to just focus on one. I had to choose one. I had to watch the Champions League with literally my basement was taken over completely yesterday. So I couldn't join the channel. So yeah, so thank you very much, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah. So you see, for me, I know that Dr. CM have spoken on the Abia Nnamdi Kanu and Madam Patricia. They've spoken well on the Nnamdi Kanu matter. For me, I just want to add one or two things to it, which is this you see all these police, the military checkpoints across eastern Nigeria. I want to speak on that briefly. And I always say, it doesn't make any sense why people in Nigeria will be saying the Nigerian army is overwhelmed. Maybe they think people don't know what they are saying, or people don't understand English. Or when you are using the word overwhelmed in the context of the military or the law enforcement, we don't know what it meant or what you are saying. Maybe that's their thinking. Because when you say you are overwhelmed, it simply means that you have exhausted your manpower. You need more. You need more manpower. You have utilized them all. That's what you are telling us. So we know what you are talking about. But you are using them in an abnormal way. When you brought the man that was speaking on Arise News today and with some video clips, you see the military army and the Nigerian military men. We saw them there in all these checkpoints. What are they doing there? I don't understand. Somebody should come and tell us, what are they doing there? I still can't comprehend that. Maybe they will come and stop this rubbish saying that the Nigerian military is overwhelmed. Sometimes ago this year, I took time to brought out the manpower force of the Nigerian army. Just the army alone, not the Air Force, not the Navy, just the army alone. Nobody can tell us that the Nigerian army is overwhelmed. It can never be. It is not so. It is not overwhelmed. Where do you want to start from? The 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th Mechanized Division? Do you know the number of armies that are there? Where are they? Please tell us, where are they? Battalion, the Nigerian 2nd Brigade Battalion. Do you know how many army made up a battalion? The 2nd Brigade in Ibadan. Do you know what makes up a brigade? Where are those people? Where are they? Is Nigeria fighting any war right now? Where? I'm only talking of only the Western region. When it suits them, they organize Nigeria. The way they organize Nigeria, when it favors them, they will use that Kogi, that Kwara State as part of Western Nigeria because it suits them. Ilorin is under the Ibadan, the 2nd Mechanized Division, if not the most potent, powerful military base in Nigeria. If it is not number 1, it will be number 2. That's Ibadan military base. Thousands and thousands of Nigerian army are stationed there within Ibadan, Kogi, Ilorin. Where are these army? What are they doing? You think we don't know that because this is the people's money that is being spent on the Nigerian military, billions and trillions of naira every year. It's the people's money, it's the taxpayers' money. So we have the right to know where you are, what you are doing. So we know. So don't come and bamboozle us, bamboozle Nigerians and say you are overwhelmed. So what we saw happen in Abia earlier in the week, for me, is just totally uncalled for, and they just like to lie to the face of Nigerians that it is the military, that it is the people. The military is at the receiving end. How? How could the Nigerian military be at the receiving end in that event that happened in Abia? How? We're not stupid. They have taken Nigeria for granted. They are just, somebody used the word over sensationalization, which I agree with. Yes, correct. When it comes to the northeastern Nigeria, the Nigerian military should do what they are mandated to do by the constitution. If they are doing what they are supposed to do, see, this insecurity, they can stop it with, it's not going to, I mean, it's a piece of cake. Nigerian military, based on the numbers, based on the amount of financial resources, based on the technical know-how, this is not where Nigeria should be. This is so unacceptable. And if anything, it is sheer man-made and wickedness on top of it, because people are buying every day. So with respect to Nnamdi Kanu, say, my question goes to the Attorney General, Fagbemi, about a week plus ago, when he said, they asked him openly, publicly, why is Nnamdi Kanu still being held? And his response was that Nnamdi Kanu is continued detention is according to the law. It's based on the law. I quote and unquote, the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu is based on the law. Femi Fagbemi says so. My question to him, the Attorney General, is what law? Maybe you will need to speak. When you responded to that question, you just stopped there, and then you started parade. I mean, you know, going in circle. You should have spelled it out. That specific law of Nigeria, as per the Nigerian Constitution, under which you are holding Nnamdi Kanu today. Please tell us. Maybe we don't know. That law that is different from the same law that you applied to Miyetti Allah leader that was released last week because it's terrorism charges. This, as I always say, Nigeria is a soap opera. We've seen it before. The court have issued this statement before, that the DSS boss will be in prison or will be charged for contempt of court. We have seen it before. Remember in 2019, Sowore, we saw it, the same thing. They didn't do anything. It's just, that's just how they, it's just the game. Nothing will happen. It's a country where you have two sets of laws for the same crime. Because I'm asking myself, this issue that you are holding, that you are accusing the DSS chief for, that is not allowing Kanu to prepare for his defense. How did Kanu prepare for his defense when Ezekome was representing him? SAN. How, at that point in time, when those SAN were representing him, you mean the likes of Ezekome will request DSS that he wants to see his client. DSS will now surround themselves that they will not prepare a room for him. See, there are things that we must know. It's just, you mean someone like Ezekome will have a client in the custody of DSS, and he will ask DSS, I want to see my client so that I can prepare for the defense. So see, DSS will not allow, they will not permit him, they will gag him. It's not going to happen.
Because I just don't know how he prepared for that case up to Supreme Court when Ezekome and his team were representing Nnamdi Kanu. So what is happening now? It's a country of two sets of law for the same crime. Total disrespect for the rule of law. As per the man that is calling the shot now in Aso Rock, Mr. Tinubu. See, I listened to Dele Farotimi's interview again. See, the best bet for him, you see, is just to resign. If you cannot put a credible system in place that will bring a true electoral system, a credible electoral system that will put a credible electoral system in place, please resign. There is nothing. See, Mr. Tinubu, there is nothing you can do. First of all, you don't have the mandate of the Nigerian people. Second of all, you are not accepted by the generality of the Nigerian people. Therefore, there is nothing you can do in this space, in this time, in this present Nigeria. There is nothing you can do that will work in Nigeria. The only thing you can do is either you resign or you put a true, credible electoral reform system in place. That's it. That is the reason why when I saw the paper, I call it paper. I don't want to call it a bill. I call it a paper. Paper. P-A-P-E-R. Paper. I saw that paper. That thing they call, that paper that they call bill, that they want to restructure Nigeria. It's a fallacy. It's not going to happen. When I saw it on Friday, it's not going to happen. We are asking a man to reform the electoral system. He cannot reform the electoral system. He now wants to take this big leap to present this paper to deceive Nigeria and distract Nigerians again. If anything, even if it is true, if it is not distraction, it's not going to happen. Literally, they are sacking themselves. That's what you are saying. If effectively you are telling Mr. Tinubu to resign, effectively you are telling all the governors of the 36 states to resign, effectively you are asking all the ministers to go, all of them will have no job again. That's what you are saying. That's the, if you want to put that document in one word, all you are saying is that let's just use another way to get Mr. Tinubu to resign and find a way to get all the governors to vamoose and get all the ministers no more jobs and all the senators and all the house members nothing again. They will go back to their jobs, go back to their their villages, go and face their normal. That's what you are telling them. People that cannot, ordinary electoral system, put a credible electoral system in place. You are putting this bill. It's wishful thinking. This paper, you are putting this paper out. They just think people are fools here. That's not going to, by my own estimate, it's not going to happen. And I can put a bet on the table. Anybody, I'm ready to put a bet. Name your amount. Well, let's bet on this one. It's not going to happen. We put it on Nigeria Watch. Not by mouth. We'll put it live. We bet we'll put it live. It's not going to happen. These people, that paper, have you read it? It means that, it simply means that, see, everything we are asking for is on that paper. Aside from one or two blemishes that are not even, those are not even issues, because you cannot get a perfect law. You can only work with it and make it better as time goes on. So that paper itself is good, but it will be wishful thinking for anybody to think that these people will even, they will not even talk about it. So wherever it comes from, it's still beyond me. I don't know. So for me, it's just a distraction. I don't think it's going to happen. So Nigeria will continue in this mess, in this economic mess that we're in. I heard yesterday, someone said that the company that makes Pampers have left Nigeria. That company have left Nigeria since December 2023. They announced it. Maybe they are now effecting it now. Maybe they are now carrying it out. That is, if people don't know, that is Procter & Gamble. If a company like Procter & Gamble is leaving, they have left already anyways, because it was since December. That country is fine. Do you know the number of people Procter & Gamble employed in Nigeria? People don't have a clue. People don't have a clue. I can say so because that is the line of my business. I mean, inside out. Procter & Gamble. If you know the number of people they employ in Nigeria, directly and indirectly, directly is in the thousands. Indirectly, it's running to hundreds of thousands of people. Enter any market in Nigeria. Is it the Balogun market? Is it the Ojuwoye market in Mushin? Go to the major cities in Nigeria, Port Harcourt, Benin City, Kaduna. You will see people that are indirectly working for Procter & Gamble. That is why the country, that is why people are crying. How do you want to do? Thank you, Mr. Elvis. I'm rounding up. How do you want to do business in Nigeria? How will a normal person do business in Nigeria? 26% interest rate, which simply means that before you can get money, the bank will charge you between 35 and 40%. Please, how? So that's just where we are in Nigeria. So, Mr. Tinubu, your job is well cut out for you. Resign or put a true credible electoral reform in place. Then you are talking. Then the generation yet unborn will not forget you. They will not forget you. Your name will be written amongst those that we will call leaders in Nigeria. If you can do that, perhaps, just perhaps, your sins might be forgiven. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I really appreciate it.
All right. Mr. Jonathan, thank you, sir. Thank you for your voice, your submission. God bless you, sir. Thank you. It's supposed to be Mr. Oduwa. You just left, you know? Okay. Maybe when you come back, you continue from there. Guys, press on the like button, pause to share. God bless every one of you right there. Thanks for joining us. Press on the dollar sign, encourage our work. Help us to subscribe to our channel. Okay, the next person is Madam Luke. Then I'll come to Oga Chris. Madam Luke, it's good to have you on the show. Good evening to you, man. I saw your comment earlier on the comment section. I was just laughing. But I don't add criminality. I don't add criminal to be taboo now on the platform.
The list is long. Oh, hell. Anyway, the rules are the rules, Abi.
Yes, ma'am.
That's no problem.
So, very soon we will have Satanic. Very soon.
No, Satanic is old now. Satanic don't stay since.
No, maybe go add them very soon because before
no. For where? That is we
know they use them again. You go add them.
That is his language. So you can't ban it.
Satanic, that means we don't want me to come the channel again now.
Exactly. What did it remain to ban? What did it remain to talk now? Anyway, first of all, I have to say hello. Good evening, Madam Mommy Diaspora, Mr. Elvis, panelists, the commentators, viewers, and the callers at large. And the birthday girls. I say I'm not even going to write it. I have to wait till I get off the road. Then I come and say, I don't copy the link, put somewhere. I say I have to give a special happy birthday to the twins of the house, Madam Marie Finest. Oh, happy birthday, oh. Madam Martina Abasi TV. Happy birthday, oh. May your days be long, full of prosperity,
peace, happiness, joy, good health, and all you wish yourself that Nigeria cannot give us, and more. Thank you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Good to see you on the day that you're celebrating you. And we have to see more of this, where people come and celebrate themselves without worrying about Nigerians' problems. Life must go on. So, having said that, yes, so our list is getting longer. We cannot say criminals, yet here we are in our own God's own country. We are saying that Donald Trump is a criminal. 34 counts and loading. A former ex-president, a former U.S. POTUS, a former POTUS. We can say that anywhere in the world. We can say that anywhere on YouTube. We even have many caricatures all over the U.S. of this, even his famous orange jumpsuit. But here we are. We cannot even call our own people. Everywhere you go is those gagging and gagging and gagging and gagging. If you're a criminal, which other name will we call you? What I don't understand. I really don't understand it. But like I said,
you can call them close to criminal.
You know, close to criminal.
Almost
a criminal. Can you imagine?
Only.
Almost. For the crime when they don't already commit, Abi, they are almost. We don't suffer, but that's okay. It's the way we see it, because that's what's happening in Nigeria. And if Chicago State University could not produce a simple certificate that was fake and come out and tell the world, okay, this did not come from us. Short of saying this, at least the what you call NYSC people, they were even bolder. That this was, they came out and said it. It didn't come from us, it was forged. Chicago State University could not even own up to their mess. But here we are, we have a judiciary convicting an ex-president with all his power on 34 counts of criminal charges. And he's going to be a felon. And here we are talking about words for name that they should greatly earn and what they really are. We can't even use those words. We are saying close to. It is well. Anyway, Nnamdi Kanu. My heart goes out to him as always. And I will always say, Nnamdi Kanu, whatever they're holding Nnamdi Kanu for, it's not for anything that has to do with what's going on in the Southeast. Nnamdi Kanu opened up a whole can of worms on Buhari, and that alone has left a bitter taste in the mouth of those that call themselves rulers of Nigeria, the imposters. Nnamdi Kanu leaked out a lot of secrets. Where is your Buhari today? Do you see him walking around? Do you see him walking around? Trust me, now that we have said this today, they're going to bring a podcast tomorrow and just throw one word there to make you feel he's with us. Have you seen the wife or any of the children, anybody of them around? So Nnamdi Kanu, whatever he's suffering for now is not because of what is going on in the Southeast. It is the secrets that he exposed that pained them so much that they had to go and kidnap him. It is the same thing that is touching them to the bones today, because they know that that was a fact. That impostor in Aso Rock is not one of us. So, is he ever going to be released? I don't think so. Is he going to perish there? Yeah, maybe. because you can only incarcerate somebody for so long before they lose their mind with all the health issues and everything. And will Nigeria do anything about it? Of course not. Will the Southeast do anything about it? Of course not. Come on to go and fight injustice for bulldozing your house. You can't come out to complain. Is it when the Kanu died? So what will you do? You enter the streets and start doing what? When he was alive, you know, it's the same thing. I hate to bring religion into it. It's the same thing that happened after they nailed the Savior to the cross. They now started worshiping him and giving him, eating his flesh and his blood in remembrance of them. You see, you always worship people after they die. That is what exactly this is all about. When he's alive, they cannot do anything to rescue him. And they're saying, oh, the people who are doing this are the people who are in the Southeast, and the people who are undermining him, and the people who are doing this. Oh, well. So what makes you think what did you think is going to change when he dies? Nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change. So all we can do here is wait, because people don't understand the kind of impunity we are living under. And that is why, see me now, I have been on my feet since Friday morning, Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning. I'm just getting home. If I slept in the past 3 days, I only slept for 6 hours. That is what I choose to do. I want my life to have purpose. So I don't gonna be running the street and be doing nonsense. So that when I take my vacation and I treat myself for a good time, I pamper myself very well. So I don't have time to be mourning and groaning and be depressed because of Nigerian matters. I was looking at the minimum wage. I just filled my tank, $68 to fill my tank. And they're telling me that minimum wage is $40. Hey! How in the world do we justify the existence of a Nigerian? And these are the people that you're feeding $40 a month to come out and protest that somebody died when they don't have food in their stomach. You know, sometimes we just like to live in a la vida loca. We are dreaming. You want somebody who worked for 20 years to steal a mandate, to just come and give it to you on a platter of gold. And they're talking of restructuring. I don't think you understand. These people they know how to play mind games. What they are doing is Nigerians are in a mental prison and they are being tortured by their captors. So they will throw you a carrot here and I'll give you some hope, and then they will do this one and they will dash it so that they will keep you in perpetual state of misery. And you believe anything that comes out of those people's mouths. Look at everybody in government. Who can you come out and say, yes, this person has earned this post and this person deserves to be there? And you think they're going to release Nnamdi Kanu? On what grounds? And say somebody saying, hey, when you're releasing, I think when I was driving, someone was saying, Buhari tried, he did his best. You know, Nigerians sometimes make me so sick that I can't get out of bed. So I just have to tune it off. What is your problem calling a spade a spade? Are we that daft? May I help you? It's done? Okay, I'll come and give her the soup. Okay, put it on. You want some? Put it on the table. I'll come and give it to you. All right. Can you smell it? Yeah. Sorry, it's Oha soup today. It's at Helen that cooked it, yes. All right. So as I was saying, we are having Oha soup and Pondo. No. So my question is, what makes you think that illegitimacy and corruption can give you anything good in this life? We come here, we talk every day, we are hoping and praying, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But you cannot say because of that, you're not going to do what you got to do. Those who are hoping are hoping. Those who are praying. Where are your pastors? Where are your men of God? Where are your imams? The people that are crying are the ones that have cried from day one and have always cried. So what makes you think that you are going to have any salvation in this government? Do they look like they care? How can you come out in this day and age and give somebody $40 a month with inflation rates of how much? Of how many percent? These people are wicked. These people are callous. And they know the moment they tie your stomach and you cannot eat and get out of bed, they got you. They got you. $40. Hey? And how much is the house rent? How much is your children's school fees? If you are sick, what are you going to pay? And then that other one comes out. What is his name? Is it Osifo? What his name? Whatever his name is. We reject it. Oh, no. So how much is the minimum wage? Let me just put it out there. How much is this minimum wage going to be that is going to be okay for Nigeria? Do you know that even if you give them 500,000 naira a month, it's not going to cut it? What did you do is you just put you in an overdrive, put the inflation into overdrive for nothing. So there's no amount of money you can give Nigerians now that is going to help. Because where we are now is we are in the grave. And what you're trying to do is to resurrect corpses. Financial, spiritual, intellectual corpses. So what you have around, walking around as a bunch of zombies. Stomach infrastructure. Give them anything. And they're telling me, you're telling me why women will not go and open their bodies and go and make money. How many of these people can afford to train their children in school? What do you want them to do? Are there farms for you to farm? No. Any business you're opening, they're bulldozing. What do you expect them to do? Here in America, if I decide to take my clothes off, it's my choice. And I know money is not going to change hands because I'm not doing it because of poverty. People who do such things are people who want to feed their drug habits. It's not because of poverty. You don't stand on the street and sell your body for money. There's no amount of money that you're going to give anybody here that will make them stand on the street and take that abuse. Unless they're on drugs. You have to be drugged. You can't make a career out of that. And those people who do that are high-class call girls, like the ones my president is paying. Stormy Daniel. Those are the kind of people who make money out of such things. They make it a profession, but not the one you go and stand on the street and open your body and go and start allowing everybody to urinate all over you and you think that you're going to make money out of it. You would die. You would die. So you have to give those girls credit in Nigeria for sitting down on the street and servicing 10 to 20 men one night. That's hard work. Keep your morals to your book. They are working for their money. Because the Nigerian government has not given them anything to work with. The same goes for the men. You will see a young man of 15 will be in the house of a woman of 60, 70. What has the government given them to do? And then they'll come out and tell you, morality and culture. Morality and culture. Sorry, like I will say again, you don't have a culture. The only culture you have is a culture of poverty, a culture of selfishness, a culture of wickedness. So all those things you are preaching is going to the bush because you have sowed the seed for those things, for those immoral acts to happen. I bet Mr. Niger Watch. Today I was coming to discuss paternity because there are hot paternity cases all over the UK dear.
Me I don't tire all these paternity cases just everywhere. Okay. I wanted to bring them on, but I just thought,
this one was so sad. Hey. Listen, that is what I wanted to discuss today because
you can swap. I don't mind though. I don't mind because it's just everywhere, not just.
Please, I beg. That one is so painful to me. No, this one is so painful to me. And this man, Nigerian man, yes, a Nigerian man was dating a Jamaican woman in that UK deal. I don't know whether they were married or whatever happened, and they had an 11-year-old son. This man went to Nigeria to visit his family. His mother and his whole family, they persuaded him to dump that lady because of culture. You know, hear him? our culture. This man did not even
be together for so long.
Yes. Did not even look left or right, did not even pity his 11-year-old son. They brought this lady from church. Church. She's a church-going, God-fearing. You know, these people, like I always put it to the men out here. You think, see, even a virgin can turn into a call girl in a New York minute. All this your tear rubber. Me myself, I was tear rubber once, so you know. So a tear rubber can change in any second, any minute. But going back to my story, this man went ahead and got this holy wedge in the name in the form of Virgin Mary all over again, and secretly married her. Not only did he marry her, they now had 2 children. All his businesses in Nigeria, the children's, he was footing the whole bill. He was doing everything. I think he was a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. And this man is in his late 40s. Oh, he's not a small boy. Oh. Late 40s. Agbanya, a fool of 40s, a fool forever. Guess what happened? He wanted to finally bring this lady over because he was trying to settle this Jamaican lady, make sure everything was clean before bringing this Nigerian woman over. Waiting cost for her. This woman, they said he told her that on the condition that they would do DNA test because it's part of the filing, which is true. If you're filing for children and bringing them as dependents, you have to file for DNA. He said this lady convinced him that they had a war. This woman was doing everything possible that they will not have that DNA test. Came up with all excuses. The man was like, this is not my rule. He said he started getting worried. They did the DNA test. The 2 children are not the man's own. The 2 children did not belong to the man. This is your tear-rubber virgin, Holy Mary, woman of the church. And in Nigerian church, I don't know what makes you think that Nigerian churches in Nigeria, what you have there are shrines. Shrine. The lady, they did 3 DNA tests. The lady is protesting till today. She said that it's all lies, that she must get a doctor that they can trust. She did everything to manipulate the test. Right now, they speak, they say the man is under observation somewhere in the UK there. The person who got the story reached out to the Jamaican lady.
The man is under observation for what, Madam?
He said he's in his 40s. Where will he start now?
Oh, you mean the mental problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He said he's in his mid-40s. Where is he going to start? Where is he going to start? And then the man reached out to the Jamaican lady. He said the Jamaican lady said that the thing that hurt her the most is that when he came back from Nigeria, he stopped talking to her and abandoned their son. That ever since he got those 2 children and with that woman, he never looked in the direction of that son. She raised that side alone. And that when he came in, she was always asking him what was going on. He never was man enough to tell her, I don't want this relationship anymore. He said he was playing her until he finally dumped her cold.
I know where he will start to. You have to go and start from where they say you should marry culture.
That's right. The lady said she will never in her life forgive him. That she will never. And she has banned him from seeing that 11-year-old child because the child doesn't even know him. Now, the man is in the insane asylum there. And the lady is still denying. No? She's still denying. You see, what goes around comes around, and karma is a real. Can you imagine? And you know the sad thing? This man said this Jamaican lady did not do anything to him. They never had quarrel. Their home was peaceful. They never had any issue. Because he wanted to go home and eat pomo and eat unkobi. He dumped what God gave him as his ordained. I don't know what people reason. Now the 2D are not his own, and he has invested so much money. They were going to private schools, they were doing this, they were doing that. All his businesses, he was actually hiding money in Nigeria. So that was those are the kind of things I really wanted to discuss today, because this Nigeria matter. There's no end to it too.
Madam Luke, there is this comedian. They call him MC. I can't remember, MC Pekin or something.
Yes,
he said there was a man like that. There was the man like that. Inside chick gave birth to a child. In the happy, in wife too can't give birth to another child. They can't they happy. They do DNA test. None of them being old.
Both sides, chick and wife.
Everything. The man went into coma. The man went into coma. He said that. Wow. He said that the matter then there up till now. You know all this comedian. He said that the man can't they happy. Can't they tell him friends say he score home and they away. Say in the Chelsea in the score away, score at home. They do DNA test. None of them be home.
They score home and away simultaneously. What are they doing to?
I should say something here. There is one understanding I understand about this DNA test today, even not today, that at times you can do DNA test. It will fail. It will tell you that this child is not yours, but the child will be yours. That there is another way of test that will prove.
Mr. Odua.
Odua, listen. Odua, this is my area. Listen, let me tell you. Listen. This is my area. If you go and do genotype, say you want to know your blood group, you can tell the person doing it, say falsify it. The person go falsify, say maybe in a K be your blood group. If you take that same blood sample, go where they do and do the right, they will tell you your blood group. So if you doubt a DNA test, you repeat it in somewhere else. There's no other way. It's always correct. If they find it correct in a place, it is correct. There's no.
Let me say the thing that the person described. The person described that there is what they call ancestor, something like that test.
Please, wait. Please, I want to give the ladies, the birthday ladies, my pot of oha soup.
Madam, which kind of do
black soup. This is oha soup.
Madam, look. Don't be threatening us like this. It's not right now.
So, Augustine.
Yes, please. Yes.
That person, the way he described these things. So the way he described it, that he said there was a person who his wife did birth. So they do DNA test. Yeah. The DNA test said that the child is from his uncle. That is not him direct. But he look around, he doesn't have any uncle. He's only a person.
The person will do it depends on this. Say if you want take your car to mechanic, the mechanic will go service your car. Although if he put signboard say in a mechanic, you give him. If you damage and when people now look, they say no, he knows Sabia. DNA is the most as close, about 99% close to the result you want. It doesn't lie.
What's Mr. Odua they talk to?
Is what I heard. Because the person was able to give example of what the result and result. So that is why.
Those are the people that are conceived immaculately. Can you imagine? You understand what I'm saying?
Forget about that.
Because let me tell you, the one that you cannot explain is immaculately. That's what I'm saying.
That one only in the Bible.
Now, if you go there and you do DNA test, we're talking about blood. Yeah. You cannot fake blood, though. You cannot.
No, you don't. That's the thing, man.
So when you say you heard, sometimes when you even hear something, there's some things you just shut down immediately because they don't make sense.
Exactly. Odua, you hear the saying, blood is thicker than water. Sure, you know. Blood is thicker than water.
There was a site that the boy referred people to. There was a group of DNA, something like that. He said it's traced to ancestors.
So
which can be now used to verify if the person or so. So that was, I think he said in UK or something like that.
Which one is traced to ancestors? Are you talking about the ancestry thing I've been doing?
Listen.
We're talking about two relatives here, father and son.
Okua, listen.
And daughter.
Before you go to do DNA test, the first question is, whose sample is this? Whether it's the saliva or whatever, whose sample is saying that this person name be father? Whose sample is this? The child, maybe the son or the daughter. What you want to know is there anything linking these two? That is just what you want to establish. The moment you do it, it didn't link. It didn't link. All you need to say is that this man is not the father of this girl or this child or this boy. End of quote. So you ask the mother, who is the real father? That is the question. That is just how to explain. So even if she's crying, they make noise, it doesn't mean anything, because the moment you do it didn't work. So that is just
Madam, look, Dr. CM, what about this one now that I'm hearing all over the place? The woman, they always claim that na child swap. Say the man na be the father. Say na they swap the baby, that she's confident. So just voting up. Why would you do that?
Jonathan, the child swap. If a child swap, the DNA of the child not go get anything to do with the mama.
That is the thing.
That easy. The DNA of the child will be completely different from that of the mother.
Exactly.
As straightforward as that.
So they will
DNA is just like fingerprints.
So they will need to do people the DNA specifically between the mama and the baby.
Yeah. It's as simple as that. When you do it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So yes, if it's child swap, they swap the child.
It has nothing to do with the mother.
Exactly. It has the DNA from the child can never match with the mom. So you can say this is not my child, because a woman can also say, no, they gave me the wrong child. It's not my child. They swapped it. They gave me another one. Then that one they gave her, if you do the DNA, it won't work. But if she's insisting that the other one is her child, if you do the DNA, it will work. So DNA is like, I mean, that is the highest science. With PCR, they do it. So it's the highest science. You don't do all these things. That's why the chart, make we return to where I started. He can't be happy. He say, people, they throw away drinks. They buy drink. They tell and say, you don't do DNA. When you do DNA, both child fail. The one of away match and the one of home, they think fail. So what do? If you can cry, you don't know what to do. So that is the thing.
Let's hear from those of you who never talk. Oga Oduwa, please use your time. So let's come to Mr. Chris.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone, all the panelists, Mr. Naija Watch, commenters, listeners, and viewers. Happy Sundays to everyone. Well, the topic which I saw, or what I saw, is that the DSS and the court orders. In Nigeria, I believe with the law of Nigeria that the DSS is superseding the court, because and according to what I still get as information, that the DSS is not even in Nigerian law. So, and what is not in Nigerian law is operating in the country. Is one of the reasons whenever court give order, they doesn't obey, because they cannot organize a group which is not known to the country and expect them to obey the court order. That is why they can go into anybody's house. They say they are investigating, they are this, that. They can just go into anybody's house and arrest them or kidnap them, whatever they might do. Because if they only go for kidnapping, they just kidnap them and put them in one corner. They will be filing paper and say they are going to court, filing paper. Whenever court say do this, they will say, no, we will do this. Whenever they want to do their own, they will not go to court, and court will say, okay, you people should go and do it. So is it not the DSS is bigger than the Nigeria court? I want to ask a question. If the Nigeria court give order to go and arrest the DSS, which of the department that is going to arrest the DSS? So I will want people to tell me that, because I know that in the DSS that is arresting all departments in Nigeria now. They can arrest police, they can arrest those whoever they hit, They can leave those who they like. They can benefit those who they fit to benefit, and they can cheat those who they fit to cheat. Then court giving order, because according to other countries, there are special force which can even arrest even the president. So they doesn't know whether you are judge, they doesn't know whether you are police officer, they doesn't know whether you are soldiers. As far as the instructions has been given that you disobey the law, they will arrest you. Please, can anyone tell me the such section of the force in Nigeria that is doing that, so that we will know that as they give the DSS order to release Nnamdi Kanu, since he disobeyed, that the people that will go arrest these DSS people. So if anyone know, he will put it before me. Thank you. Then for other things is that this national anthem, I have taken time and heard the way it's being put before people. And it's really good for we to deliberate on this national anthem. Not just like the way we are saying, we like it or we don't like it. No. We should know that the British people were businessmen who came to buy this, our Africa group, in the hands of the Dutch people or the Niger company. So they were making their business. They know that their business with those Niger people will expire in 100 years. So when they want to leave, they not told the people of that group, South Africa group, said, we are putting you people together. Because our business will expire 100 years. So by the time our business expire, you people look that you cannot cohabit, go on your separate way. Because there is something I picked from there. He said, Nigeria, we hate thee. Our own father native land. Please, what was the Nigeria? Because our father native land was never in Nigeria. There was nothing like that name on our father native land, Nigeria. So he said, Nigeria, we hate thee. We hate the British people for destroying their father's land. Then he now said, although tongue and tribe may differ in brotherhood, which of the brotherhood are they standing on? Is there any of the brother who really come together and say, yes, let us stand that in this oneness? And since they left the country, the British left the country, has the Nigerians come together and say, this is how we stand? So we should be putting all these things in context and know that Nigeria will never work, because the British know that it will not work. So they said, in brotherhood we stand, where nobody will be oppressed. Since the British left the country, has the people not been oppressed? Even till today, are we not be oppressed? The one that come and steal the vote that was not for him, is it not oppression? The democracy that they say they have, that every year they will tell you, if you are not of this tribe, don't come and vote here. Even if you want to vote, you must vote this so party. We'll be giving order. If you are not voting this party, don't come. Is that not oppression? And they want to tell us, they said the banner that is not stained. Do we ever have the banner that is not stained? Green, white, green, is it not a stained banner? Is green not a different color? Is it pure white? Or is it pure green? So when we see this thing, we know that people that are just shouting one Nigeria doesn't know what they are doing. It is time for we to go our separate way, not just Nnamdi Kanu. It is time for everybody to look into this national, their British Act 19-something Act they brought to Nigeria. That really let us walk our way. Then if they want us to be a country, we can have a different name. And we need to come together in agreement, which they claim that brotherhood. We need to come together as brother to discuss it, to stay together. Because when the British left, their cohort, which is the Sahara Fulanis who came to the country, know that the first oppression have left. So we now have opportunity to grab this position. That is where they now grab it and start the oppression that we are facing today. it is not good for we to put it in the mentality of all Nigerians, whether you are from the north, you are from the south, you are from the east, you are from the west. You might be from south, you might be from north, you might be from east, of west. It doesn't matter. Put it in all their brain that we were never one and we can never be one, because the British put it so. So that is the reason they even canceled this national anthem, for people not to know that they were not one and that they can never cohabit except they come in agreement. So for me and others who see this view should let others know that we are not one. It will be difficult for those who say they are dividing region, or they are putting this B before this or whatever paper to make a region. Please, how are they going to make this region? Because I ask, isn't those of my brother in Kogi or Benue that they put in the north that they are going to use to make a region? Or is it those of my brother in Ibadan and they put in Kwara? My brother, in Lori people, they now put in Kwara and place to the north. They are going to use to make a region? Or are they going to divide just these people and say, go back to your family, then before they will make a region? So they should let us know when people will just say everybody is going to region. It is not just only the Edo and Delta, that is Benin. So you will check all the history wherever the Benin people are. Then before you said you want to make them a region, not just come and say one white man came and they not name it state, they not name it whatever name they might give to them. Then you say that is a region, or they not make it a region, they not call it a region. You say that is no. My father children remain my father children. My mother children remain my mother children. My friend are my friend. Wherever they go, that blood of my family, my father is still in them. So if you want to divide us, it will not be possible. All of us should wake up and fight for our right. I hail Nnamdi Kanu. I praise him. So if they like, if they refuse to release him, the national anthem need to wake everybody up. Because there was one of our brother who sang, he said, get up, stand up. Get up for your rights. So it is time for all of us to stand for our rights. No longer to see because of the money or the 160,000 car they want to give to anybody called Senate or whatever. It is even good when we use all those Senate to learn, to teach them how life's supposed to be. Since they refuse to be a leader, we need to lead them for them to know that not just to go there and collect vehicle or collect money. That is sending you there is more than that you think you are. Even all this governor putting you in this position is bigger than that thing you think you are. So that is what my take in all these issues. Thank you. Let me say, Mr. Elvis, the day we have not know the day that these people are coming, and so should the case, if I'm not there, any day they want to come, please. The question I asked Olumide, which I still ask YPP, you people should help me ask the Afghan candidate that is coming, so that for we to know who is ready and who have been seeing visions how to develop a State for. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Oduwa, God bless you, sir. Thank you very much for your submission. Okay, the last person on the panel is Oga Chris. Oga Chris, I beg talk to us. Good evening to you. Happy Sunday to you.
Good evening, Naija Watch, and good evening, everybody on the panel and on the comment section. Before I start, let me quickly just wish the birthday people happy birthday. I wish you all very many happy returns. Talking about Irene Finest and Martina Obasui. I wish you happy birthday, madam. And yeah, Mr. Naija Watch, thank you for coming out again today, and thank you for giving this opportunity for we to contribute to the burning discussions in the country. And I thank you for expanding the horizon of the people that you are bringing here, and this with as regards to the Edo State gubernatorial election. Because I'm thinking, like they said, the more the merrier. Because when people come with different perspectives, I think we are able to establish the states of Edo State, not just from the eyes of one politician, but from the eyes of several politicians. And for that, I say thank you. And people in the comment section, good evening and happy Sunday to you all. Mommy Diaspora, special Sunday greetings to you. Thank you for all that you do. Yeah, well, let me just start with the issue on stake, and that's the case of Nnamdi Kanu. I think what we fail to realize about Nnamdi Kanu is that as at now, there's really nothing they are using to hold him back. Because we are just saying the DSS should release him, the Southeast people are not doing enough. As at now, the vast majority of the charges have been thrown out. All of them. The ones that are even remaining, you will be shocked the kind of charges that are remaining, and they are still holding that man behind. You see, it's quite mind-boggling that you have a nation that does not respect the rule of law, that does not give allegiance to its own Supreme Court. You see, that nation is heading only into one direction. It means that nation has chosen the place of death. There's nothing more. There's no how, anyhow you look at it. You know, we think it is a child's play when the leaders, the powers that be, the people that swore to protect and defend the constitution of your country, if these are the same people that are violating the constitution, then we have to wake up and smell the coffee. You know, it may not happen at the same time, but it's going to be happening in bits and pieces. When laws are obeyed based on the caprices, the whims and caprices of whoever is in power, then that nation is heading for destruction. We saw what happened in the last election. If only the powers that be, if only they respect the Constitution, His Excellency Peter Obi would have been the president of this nation. Or the worst case scenario is for them to have cancelled the election and reorder a rerun or whatever they call it. But they refused to. They jettisoned the 25% FCT stuff. They jettisoned every other rulings that maintained the sanctity of Abuja as a separate entity from the 36 states of the Federation. Effectively, with that judgment, they've made Abuja a state of the Federation, but yet it's not meeting other fulfillment of what a state of the Federation should be. Abuja doesn't have a governor that is elected like every other state of the Federation. And there are many other legal infractions that are now linked to Abuja, and nobody is talking about all these. And even the military, for God's sake, whenever they take over power, they dissolve every other arm of government. It's only the court, the judiciary, that they are allowed to stay. That's to tell you the importance of the judiciary. The reason I'm laying all this background is that we should understand that this is no longer about Nnamdi Kanu. It is no longer about what the Southeastern leaders are doing or not. It is about the people that own Nigeria. They can only obey these laws when the laws oil their ego. Let's not forget that Buhari stood with the NBA, the people, all the cream de la cream of the law people in Nigeria, and he told them that when it comes to national security, the rule of law is nothing. That was what Buhari said. And nobody could take him up on that. It is still only this Olumide Akpata that had something to say, and a few others of other people like him. So we need to understand that it is the same principle these people are using. And at the end of the day, we just want to say it's the Southeast leaders. Now, it is on record that the Southeastern leaders, I've seen them so many times on national television. They've gone to see Buhari. How many times? They've gone to see Tinubu. I can't remember how many times, but Buhari several times. There's the last of them, this elder statesman that was a minister then. I think he was the only one remaining. He begged that Nnamdi Kanu should be released to him. And Buhari told that man famously, shamelessly, sheepishly on national television that He doesn't want to interfere in court process, that whatever the court says, he's going to obey. And lo and behold, the court said, release Nnamdi Kanu. Buhari refused to release him. And I think that man is late now. Then there's this other man again. What was his name? Chukwu. Oh, I've forgotten his name. He was a governor during the SDP time. He was going to court. He was going to court every time. He was always in court. These are people.
Chukwuemeka Ezeife.
Ezeife, yeah. Chukwuemeka Ezeife. I think he's also late now. Yeah, yes. He's also late now. These are credible Igbo people that came out to demand for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. They go to court. They come out in public. Even Charles Soludo has also made the same call. But the federal government has refused to. So the point in this is that how come we've seen all these notable Igbos making these calls and the federal government is not doing anything, and we still want to hold on to the fact that there are some Southeasterners that are against the release of Nnamdi Kanu. There's no Southeasterners against the release of Nnamdi Kanu. It is the federal government, and they know why they are keeping him. Because if you want to look at the fact, we've seen on television where Southeasterners are requesting for his release, but the federal government refused to. So you don't expect me to believe any other clandestine arrangements. There's no way. So why will the federal government even choose to believe the people that are coming behind the scene to demand for the continuing incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu, if that is not actually what the federal government wants? People forget that Nnamdi Kanu has so much more to say. The case of Nnamdi Kanu is that they know if they release him, it is the interest of the federal government not to release him. They know if they release him, he has so much to say. Nnamdi Kanu is not like a pelican. And that reminds me of this man's novel, The Pelican Brief, John Grisham. The Pelican Brief, John Grisham. You know, the pelican is like a bird that can carry 4 liters of water in its mouth. So imagine if that bird opens its mouth, the amount of water that's going to come out. So that's exactly, Nnamdi Kanu is not like a pelican. And if they allow him to give his brief, what he has in his mouth, I know very well that a lot of these people running up and down, these people you call your heroes, not the past, the ones that are living now, you see that most of them, they are worth nothing more than toilet seats. So let's get this clear. It is a loose argument, it's a lazy argument to just keep blaming the Southeastern leaders when we've seen clearly that a lot of these Southeastern leaders, they've come out to demand for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, and the federal government has refused to. Do the Southeastern leaders, do they even have to do that in a country where there is rule of law, in a country where we say we are practicing democracy? After we finish doing all this, then we turn around to blame the white people. As basic as election, we couldn't conduct. Whereas in South Africa, it was secondary school students. Secondary school students, those people that just finished, that are waiting to get into universities. They were the people that conducted the elections. Then we have our NYSC people, our graduates. We can't. It will take us days. India, 1 billion people, with how many eligible voters, running into hundreds of millions. They conduct election and they get results the same day. Is it not the same white people that colonized you and Indians, and we got our independence almost the same time? Why have these countries moved on and we have not moved on? Because we refuse to. We simply refuse to. We don't want to obey laws. We don't want to follow any due process. Even if the killings, everything in the Southeast, if it stops today, get it clear, if there's 0 killing today in the Southeast, they will still not release Nnamdi Kanu. they will still not. So the people that are keeping him there, they know the reason why they are keeping him there. And the more they continue to do so, the more they are giving him more power. The more he becomes more refined, more refurbished, just like they say, it is the test of fire that makes a fine steel. Nnamdi Kanu is still going through the test of fire. And the more you keep him there, the more effective he will be if he comes out. You can see the way he talks to the judges, fearless, boldly, but backed with the law, with the provisions of your constitution. We are not doing ourselves any good for keeping that man continuously without him having done anything. What about the other people they are releasing? Who went to beg for them? Is it the kind of things we are even supposed to be advocating for? That the regional leaders, they should go and beg for him when the laws are there? The laws have taken its course. And let's get this clear. If actually they have something in the law that they can use in holding this man, they would have. The same case of Peter Obi. If they had something against Peter Obi, they tried and tried and tried and tried. The only thing they could even doctor was that infamous telephone conversation. That was the only thing. So people, wake up. The rulers or the ruiners of your country, they are not ready to set us free yet. And that is why we must keep fighting. That is why we must value a station like this. That is why we must all take time to salute Naija Watch for all he's doing. Not just giving us the opportunity to do it, but freely. With this event, this talk, this discussion every day, encroaching into his personal, private life. That is the sacrifice. That is the much he can give. So we all must also sacrifice, even if it is in the comment section. Whatever you write there will go a long way in helping to solve the problem of the country. Well, in rounding up, I just want to say, like Mr. Jonathan said, I don't see any good thing coming out from that bill. Because the House of Reps, they are already denying it. They are denying it. And the only thing that is against the federal government on that bill is the 2 years tenure. The only thing they are favored there is the 2 years tenure of 6 years each, which effectively means that Tinubu can do 12 years. Every other thing are the things that this same Nnamdi Kanu has been fighting for. Well, I'll leave it at that now. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Naija Watch.
All right. Oga Chris, thank you, sir. I have to allow you guys to speak longer today. We've crossed our normal time, but we're going to have our submission now.
Mr. Elvis.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Please, can I ask Mr. Chris one question, please?
He will answer it with his final submission. That will not do so. That's why I want to give you a final submission. You know, so if you're asking questions, so you go now with your final submission, sir. You have 4 minutes. Answer a question for all your 4 minutes. You go still use your 4 minutes. You go use your 4 minutes to answer. Thank you.
Mr. Elvis, you just corner me. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you,
I just want to know, Mr. Chris, are you really sure that the Southeastern leaders are not in one way or the other complicit here? Do you think it is appropriate to, entirely exonerate them entirely? I have my own position, but maybe since you made that submission, you could, answer, better. But I have my own, belief or submission on that. So that's my question for you. But lastly, I would just say, in my earlier submission, I talked about the issue of the paper that they gave to the National Assembly They call it.
Madam, look, I beg, mute yourself. Cover your camera, I beg.
You are making everybody. You are making everybody angry. Yeah. So you know, I talked about that, and I said that it's not going to happen. For the fact that it simply means that you are telling these people to just, you know, fire themselves. That's what you are telling them. Pack up from Abuja, go back to your towns and villages, and let Nigerians take charge. That's just what that entire document is all talking about. And I will want to say this again with respect to the Nigerian economy. See, it's unfortunate where we are right now. In fact, when the company that left Nigeria just recently now, Procter & Gamble, another big one that left Nigeria that we all should know is Glasgow. GlaxoSmithKline have also left Nigeria. So we can see. And one of the reasons why these people are leaving now is not that they have not been facing these challenges in the past. Of course, they've been operating where there was no light before. There was no electricity. They've been buying their diesel before to operate their factories for decades and decades. They are there. They didn't leave. They've been doing every other thing in Nigeria before. They didn't leave. Naira has been fluctuating back and forth for decades. They didn't leave. Why now? See, these companies, these multinationals, they are part of our problems. They are part of our problems. It is now left for Nigerians to take advantage because they say, as the saying goes, that lives abhors a vacuum. They are creating this vacuum. It is left for Nigerian entrepreneurs to come in and take their place. This is the opportunity as they are living, or as all of them, they are living in droves. They are living in droves. We're just mentioning the big ones, the big multinationals. So the vacuum is now, they have created this vacuum and they continue to create it. This is left for Nigerian entrepreneurs to come in and take it. That is why the candidacy of someone like Okubowa in Edo State fits in perfectly well. It is left for Nigerians entrepreneurs. They are living. Take their place. One of the problems that they have created in Nigeria in the past that has been working for them to the advantage that now is no longer working is the Forex. They are part of the problem. They colluded with the central bank over the years, over the decades, getting Naira at the cheapest rates. But now that loophole was blocked. And they have to be going to the same place where you and I are getting dollar. So it is not terrible for them. So they have to leave. It is left for Nigerians now. That is just my submission here. Nigerians, take advantage of this opportunity if you can. I still know that the terrain, the environment is not friendly at all. Okay. But do what you can to take advantage. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I will leave it at that for now. And thanks to all the panelists.
Thank you, Oga Jonathan. Mr. Dua, your 4 minutes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Baba Jonathan, you have even just used you have even submit what I was about to say. Well, anyway, let me still put it in my local way because you know, people talk of a brand hype,
Mr. Odua, please please just give me 10 seconds. Please, thank you very much for your submission, the way you explain Nigeria with ALD. When the news came out last week, I wrote on my notes, Nigeria with ALD, another C finish, and I wrote it there, but that was what I have. And thank you very much. You explained it very well in the layman's way that every Nigerian who had opportunity to listen to, we just understood it entirely, what it is. Thank you for that submission on Nigeria with ALD.
So thank you. As I used to say that Okungbowa Owokan, Paul has a vision for our people. The other day, he was talking about women, something like that. Why those who understand British English or Queen's English were mocking our candidates? That why must he say that is what we use to generate money? And now people are saying Pampas, leave the country. I believe the same people that are doing Pampas are the one doing that what our brother said. We want him to be functioning in those states. So automatically people should understand how to generate income and how to engage people into work. Now, for those who have sense to think, this is where cooperative come in. Who are going to be this cooperative? Are we going to be expecting South America or South Africa or this thing? It is the duty of leader to put your community together and say, involve your money in these things. All my community, involve your money in so and so things. Then they will start employing themselves. They will start being the one to pay tax to the same state. Then they will start being the one to benefit from their salary. But if anyone did not know what is called leadership, if we said, I am coming, I will go and borrow money, then I will go and be looking for people to sign MOU with. You don't, if you have sense, what you need to do is to teach your own indigenous people the way to manufacture that things. When I came to this Italy, I found our people who said they work in tomatoes farming for tomatoes factory, but they were just collecting money. I asked them, what did you people learn in that your factory? And say, I just went there to work. And I said, no, the reason that God sent you to that factory is not to go and work, just to go and collect money, but for you to learn that thing and bring it back to your country, because your country doesn't know how to manufacture it, but they know how to farm tomatoes. So when you were working, you're supposed to be looking at it, putting it in your brain. The one you can write, you write it down. Then when you leave there, look for a group. I said, did you know the reason that they are paying you? The white man are paying you because he know one day he will release you from that work. So the money is given to you for you to go established. And that is why for those who work in China, who go to China store, you will never see one China selling something in their store. Or those who work in white man companies, you will never see it is only one person. Either him, his children, and his wife, which is local cooperative, and his family, little family, will do it. Or other will bring cooperate with friends to be cooperative in that company. There you will not come as a learner. There you will say they employ you and they are paying you salary. So this is what a leader should think of and do for the people. And that is why I'm always using Okpila Sube to give example. Although it's not that only Okpila Sube, but that is the one that you doesn't pay anything to collect from before you get it. That is why I use it as an example for all leaders that want to come in those states.
All right, Mr. Odoa, God bless you, sir. Thanks for your submission. Okay, let me come to Madaluk. Madaluk, if you're there, give us your final submission, 4 minutes, please.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So, so we're talking about Nigeria again. And back to Edo State politics too. I don't know. In fact, right now I'm just in a, what will I say? A bystander mode. Because I think I've come to the end of, I have come full circle with Nigerian politics. I don't think we can go any further than what we're doing right now. Because like I said, it took 20 years plus for somebody to calculate how to steal a mandate of a country that is not his own. And after 1 year, you have not even seen any hope of what the country is even going to look like. All we have are lies and, you know, like giving the rabbits, Nigerian rabbits, the carrots, something to chew on so they can forget their sorrows and forget their pitiable existence. Nigeria is the same way as I am right now, because if you look around, nobody cares. Only the few people that are crying and complaining. People are dying every day. People are not getting paid. People are not working. People are working. Businesses are being destroyed. People are losing their jobs. But like Nigeria is Nigeria, they will always survive. Ghana is now richer than Nigeria. Ghana is now richer than Nigeria. So what does that tell you? So, well, we're coming here, we talk, we explain what's going on so that at least they know we're not fools, we understand. But they made a fool of Nigeria during the 2023 elections. And haven't seen Nigeria to the level of see finish. I don't think there's any redemption at this point. With as far as Edo State is concerned, I don't have any hope there either. Because like I said, Obaseki is cut of the same cloth with Tinubu. He might not be a mandate stealer in the sense of what we're looking at in other places, but he has the Edo State coffers by the jugular, and he's going to use it. Just like Okowa used it in Delta State. So my people, we shall keep celebrating, we shall keep hoping, and we shall still keep praying. Don't expect Nnamdi Kanu to be released anytime soon. That's my prediction. Thank you very much.
All right, Madam Luke, thank you very much, man. God bless you. Thanks for joining us today. Let me come to Ogasiem now. Ogasiem, please, your final submission, 4 minutes. Then the last person on the panel will be Oga Chris.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Niger Watch. And then I thank those that have spoken, my fellow panelists today. Actually, there's no way you will reflect on Nigeria and the condition today that no matter how stone-hearted you are, even if you did not cry out, but somehow you will feel so depressed. This is a giant. We have everything under the sun to be great. Not only that we have the resources, mineral, whatever, but we have the exceptional human being that can turn it around. Now I keep wondering, when will these people that feel that they own Nigeria, they're doing all this, when will they get tired? When I was giving my submission, I mentioned about Abacha. In those days, mentioning the name Abacha, you are afraid. Where is Abacha today? There is nothing. There's not. You dare not. Even IBB in those days, IBB, who killed Delegiwa, you dare not even talk. Where are they today? Why is it that we don't learn from history? You see, I will be the last person to blame the white people for our predicament. I will. Simply because in the end it's your people. Why are the so-called leaders suffering Nigerians? Why? Why are they suffering us? The other day I read that Dangote will be importing crude oil from America. So when you read this type of thing, you start to work. You say, for what? So all this gara about Dangote refinery. What the crude oil in Ogoniland? Can't it be refined? What really is happening? Sometimes I said, Nigerians, well, probably the suffering hasn't gone round enough. All you hear is you buy a sachet of pure water for 50 naira, a tube of yam for 3,000, rice 100. What is the meaning? What is or why do we even like to recite all this? It's a very big shame that last year, when Peter Obi indicated interest to turn Nigeria around, those that feel they own Nigeria decided to just do him in. Yes, you deny Peter Obi opportunity, but the rest of the millions are suffering it. At the last count, I said 152 or 151,152 million people are living in abject poverty in Nigeria out of 200 million or more than, they say 220. So just do the math and it's correct. Do you think that there are up to 50 million people in Nigeria that you can say they are comfortable? 50 million? So 150, 150, 152 is correct. Look at the level of poverty and deprivation. Look at the suffering. Nobody is talking. People keep quiet. You see, I know that the Yorubas say from a black pot, you can get a white ugi, white pap. Why I always like to refer to the commander-in-chief is there's a lot you could do You only have one life. You defy the odds. Today, people are celebrating Nnamdi Kanu because he defied the odds. He said, no, if I buy, but this thing must be said. Tinubu, those that handed Nigeria over to you, gave you conditions. You may not come out to say it, but you can defy them. You said no. You can defy it and say, this is what I want, and you do it. Heavens won't fall. We always say, let heavens fall. But heavens can never fall. We all know it. But we say, I will do it. This is what you should. Because when you look at the suffering, after all, what makes people great is what you do. Liverpool Football Club said, what we do in life echoes in history. What you do here, we echo, we live before you, we after you. So that's why when I look at these things, I still put my blame squarely on the leadership. Yes, the process that brought you to power is rigged. But you can today say, look, this thing must stop. You don't look at anybody. Is it whether you do good or we'll all die one day. So why not do good and then let you be remembered? What is the meaning of all this? Who are you pleading? Who are you pleasing? If now they kind of want to please anybody, he would have kept in. They give him all you well. He would have today been swimming, having mansions all over Switzerland or Europe. They promised him. He said no. He said something must be. Ones have to speak truth to power. He's only one person. But look at the impact he has made. And then people now realize that, yes, he's not fighting for his own. Otherwise, he could have been a billionaire. So, Tinubu, the president, what you should do, please, the people are suffering. Forget about whatever agreement. Defy it. Be your own man and say, look, this thing must happen. In the interest of more than 100 million Nigerians. So let me end on that. Thank you very much, Niger Watch. The suffering is too much. Thank you.
Thank you, Augustine. You know, fortunately, yes, that's the situation. And you live abroad and you say this suffering is too much. That means you don't really need to talk about this, or you're talking about it. You know, I applaud every one of you that is doing this, most especially those of us that live abroad, that is calling on our government to do the right thing. But some people fighting us back, they think that, okay, what we are doing is the wrong thing. I don't see how we are doing anything wrong. You just want a better country. And at the moment, there's nothing good about Nigeria. Let's say it how it is. Some of you also accuse us by saying, oh, we shouldn't be talking the negative side of our country. We should talk about the positive side. Please tell us which part is positive that we can talk about. You know, I don't mind talking about it if you can tell us. We'll talk about it. Oga Chris, you have the floor, sir. Your 4 minutes. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you again, Mr. Nanjawach. Yeah, well, in bringing this to an end, I think, first of all, I'll quickly talk about my candidates. Whatever time is remaining, I use that to respond to the other issues. I think yesterday I spoke about insecurity and job creation. I think today I'm just going to talk about the rule of law, which is crucial for any democracy to survive. And we've been talking about this Nnamdi Kanu story since morning, since every day. We've done 1 month hashtag for Nnamdi Kanu, all because of the rule of law. And so that is why I've chosen to talk about that, and with respect to Barrister Olumide Akpata of the Labour Party. This man is not just a politician, but he's a legal icon, you know, like he said in his campaign, and like he has demonstrated. He said he's going to govern the state with the basic tenets of the rule of law, the Constitution of Nigeria, and the extant laws of Edo State, of Bende State, now Edo State. He promised this, and he has, you know, I always like to talk about not just what he has said, but what he has also demonstrated. He has demonstrated this time and time again in everywhere he has served. He also demonstrated this not just in the past, but in these recent times, while he was in the administration of Obaseki. He had to leave when some things were not just going according to the way they should go. These were some of the reasons why he had to leave. So if we must move forward as a nation, we must never overlook the importance of the rule of law. because it's only with law that you can build a nation. And this is one of the magics. This is one of the powers that Olumide Akpata is bringing along with his candidacy to be the governor of Edo State. So let's vote Barrister Olumide Akpata in the next gubernatorial election, because he's a man of law. He's a man that respects the rule of law. Madam, look, I think Obaseki himself is a mandate thief. He demonstrated that during the last local government election. So if people like that, if they have the opportunity of also manipulating the elections at the national level, they would do that. As long as in the Edo State local government election, there was no free and fair election. It's not his brother that's now the Oredo local government chairman. We knew how that election went. So if he had that opportunity, he would do the same thing these other guys are doing. Mr. Jonathan, to your question, I think the point I was trying to make is that even if the old Southeasterners, if they all gather to go and beg these people, that doesn't mean they are going to release Nnamdi Kanu. So using the Southeast as an excuse is just maybe a lazy way of looking at it, because we know that the reason they are keeping him is best known to him. So it's not a question of whether they are complacent or they are not. If all of them go on their knees and beg the federal government of Nigeria, they will not release him because they know why they are keeping him there. And lastly, Mr. Dua, I salute you for, there was a very important comment you made today, and it really gladdens my heart, and I have to say it. You know, you've been talking about this Okpila Summit for a long time, but today you made a very, very profound statement that you are talking about this Okpila Summit as a discussion point for every other of such businesses in the States. And to me, that statement was very profound, because I used to think, why Okpila Summit every day Okpila Summit? But you have now clarified that you are looking at every other businesses in the state with a view of how you wanted Okpila Summit to be operated. You see, that's a very lofty view to look at. I salute you for that. It's a very valid discussion, like I've always said, politics or no politics. The state and the country should prioritize the people of that state first before any other thing. But Olumide Akpata, because of his love for the rule of law, said he was going to look at it and see what he can do. That although that the process that they used in giving out that property was a free and fair process, you know, it was processes and procedures. So you wouldn't just expect him to come to just cancel everything like that. If he does that, he's going to scare other businesses from coming to the state. There can be many Okpila Cement companies, like he said. There are still many things to look into. He's a lawyer. He's a man of legal respect, a man that has legal respect. So that was why he gave you that answer that day. It's not because he doesn't care. No, because he went ahead to talk about other businesses. How he's going to make sure that the Edolas, they benefit from other businesses. So the point I'm making is that you have a very valid argument, but Barrister Olumide's response to you was very robust. I think it's the best response that any person that truly respects the rule of law should give in that instance. That doesn't mean that if he gets to power, he's not going to look at the books like he promised. He's going to do that. So our consistent hampering on the fact that he just threw your question away, I don't really think that was what happened that day. I think it's better if you can stroll back, you listen to what he said that day. He said the process that gave that place away was according to the rule of law. And he's not a man that is known to flaunt the rule of law, just like the people before him and the people that are there today. So please, Olumide Akpata of the Labour Party is the right candidate for Edo State at this time, because it's a good thing that every other person that we have brought here have agreed that the PDP and the APC they have both failed. So we are looking for a genuine alternative. And trust me, Olumide Akpata of the Labour Party is that genuine alternative, that we should trust the resources of Edo State in his hands. in order to bring that change that will affect
everybody. I beg, may I ask one question? Naija Watch, I beg, not vessel, I beg. Remember that Abia State Governor cancel, what do they call, that pension money for the past governor. But when they asked Olumide, what did he say about it?
Yes, what he said is this. I'm going to tell you clearly. Olumide Akpata said, and if you look at what he said, it's actually the truth. He said people that have worked, if it is in the law that they should get pension, then they should get it. He said what he's going to look at is the exorbitant part of the pension. And he also went ahead to say that it is only right for people that have served, that they should not be earning two pensions, like somebody like Oshomole. He's in the Senate. If he finishes from the Senate, he will be earning pension and the pension as the governor. And all those 4 cars, 5 houses in Abuja, 5 security men, 20. Olumide said he's going to cut all those things, that he will give them what the law provides for. And you wouldn't expect him to stop their pension completely. And that's the same thing.
Mr. Chris, you are I think Olumide Akpata should get in touch with you. Perhaps you will be doing a better job for him, because you disconnect everything. You are doing a very good job for this man, because you talking about the rule of law. What you've just said now is not correct. Just to say it, that Olumide Akpata said that he will look into the law and he will give them what the law says. That's not what the man says. With respect to the cement factory, you said it was done, Olumide Akpata said it was done according to the rule of law. Please, which law? Which law? Which specific law? That, extant law, existing law in Nigeria or in Edo State, under which that transaction was consummated. It was hush-hush. It was a paddy arrangement. So it cannot say that as it was done according to it. You see, when you have lawyers that are attempting or even governing in charge, it is law. Under the law, they will hide. And law on its face is not about right or wrong. It's about proving. Whoever can prove. And that's what they will do. And that is what is doing in this case. Pension. You have to say it the way it is. You cannot be collecting pension, 2 pensions. I will cut one off. Period. Simple. That's a simple, direct response. Any other spinning or dancing around it is all trying to play to the gallery and playing politics around it. Cut off the pension is as simple as that. That's the straight, honest response to it.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Jonathan, now you've made the point. For the pension, I think I was very clear. I was very lucid on that. I'd used Oshomole to give example. And he went ahead to say, not just only cutting off the pension, that if there are other things, other exorbitant benefits, even on the regular pension, is going to stop them. And secondly, for the Okpila cement, even if we are talking about the rule of law, we are paraphrasing here. What he said was that if due processes were not followed, it's the same thing as the rule of law, that is going to relook, he's going to revisit the sale of Okpila cement. Okay, what about if Edo State, remember we had a quasi House of Assembly then because of this same Obaseki. What about if he had gotten 7 of those people to hurriedly pass a law that will allow them to do all these shenanigans that they did? What about if there was a law like that in place?
And may I say something?
So that was why, no. Let me finish responding to Mr. Jonathan. So that was why Olumide Akpata said he was going to look at the processes and procedures to ensure that the rule of law was followed. And now I say again, with all sense of humility, that the rule of law I'm using in this, it doesn't really mean that he said the rule of law per se, but the processes and procedures to check that things were done properly. I think that's just the proper thing for any person to say. Even if you are a governor, you are so bitter that things have happened, but there's nothing you can just do. If there was a law that was passed by the State House of Assembly, The only thing you can do is to sponsor a counter bill through the instrumentalities of your members in the House of Assembly to repeal any of those laws that enabled the collective resources of the state to be given to one individual. You sponsor a law so that it can never happen again in future. So you don't just wake up by fiasco to do it all by yourself. So that's the point Olumide Akpata was making. Not that he supported.
You think that even that cement factory, there are no ways that even the state can recover?
Of course, they can. The state can recover because there are even laws. Since Mr. Oduwa has been talking about this cement factory, like I said today, just made a point that he's using that for the first time. He's saying that he's using it to connect every other industries in the state. So I have also been looking at the Bendel State Act of 1976 because there are some traps. We call them booby traps in that act that actually makes it mandatory that whatever belongs to the state must belong to the state. And if for any reason you are transferring these things to private hand, it has to follow some very highly regulated processes and procedures, which I'm very sure that the last people that sold that place, they didn't follow any of those. So those could be a fulcrum where Olumide Akpata can start digging from. We have to get this very clear. We are all for the benefit of the states. I am also against the sale of that resources. Like Mr. Oduwa has said, first of all, you have to take care of your people. It's not just about politics, it's not about Olumide Akpata, it's about the people of Edo State. So anything that will promote the benefit of the people.
So you believe now that Olumide Akpata has the best or the better policies that will move Edo State forward.
That is exactly the point.
But that's anyway. That is
exactly the point. It is not about Olumide. I have made it very clear on this.
Wait now. You speak for almost 10 minutes, Mr. Chris. So you had the opportunity. So let's also Mr. If it is possible, because Mr. Dublin had sufficient time. I mean,
okay, quickly respond. 1 minute, sir. Only 1 minute.
See, on the issue of pension, is a very clear example of the way and manner Olumide Akpata of Labour Party will govern Edo State. If Edo State people don't get it, please get it now. It's going to be based on law, not the rule of law now. Everything is going to be is going to dip everything into law and play the game around law. And you cannot beat him or beat them at that. Simple pension. Get out of it. There is nothing like, I'm going to look into it if you are collected. No, it's as simple as that. If Alex Oti of Abia State played that legal game, that policy will still be existing in Abia State today. But no, it went straight ahead. Yes, go to your state assembly, ask them to introduce the bill, get it passed. Once you are a governor, you cannot be collecting two pensions, period. And even the existing ones, you now have to look into it, how to streamline it, and bring it down considerably in line with the finances of the state. That is the way it is. There is nothing like I'm going to look into it, and if it is legal.
No, please, Mr. Jonathan.
Legal governance.
I beg to differ. Olumide never said he was going to look into anything the way you are painting it. He said he was going to stop any of those bogus things. The point Olumide was making was that, take for example, the people like John Odige Oyegun, some other people that have governed the state that are not so wealthy, but the state has provided a pension for them. He said he's not just going to stop it, which is reasonable. But things, I use Oshomole as an example. What else do you want? That people
please, sir, I wanted to say something of some seconds.
Will be stopped. That was what he said.
I wanted to say something of some seconds.
Okay.
The reason I asked you this question, when Olumide were saying 2 pension or 3 pension, sir, how many years did Olumide father used to serve before he started receiving pension? A person served for 4 years will now receive pension more than the person who worked for 35 years. I don't understand. And they say it's a law. Which kind of law is that? That is law of criminality.
No, Mr. Aduwa, get it clear. It's the same thing we are saying. It's not Olumide that made that law. There's a law that political office holders, I think it is after their first tenure, they are entitled to pension. But the problem is that these office holders, they are increasing the pension. And like Mr. Jonathan said, Alex Oti had to reduce all those excesses. And that's exactly what Olumide said he was going to do. All the excesses will be cut off. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let's round up.
Mr. Ndawosh, thank you for the long time that you gave for us to discuss this. I'm very grateful.
Please, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead quickly.
Come, this one that you're saying pension. Isn't that when you stop working, you receive pension? How can you still be working? Here, once you are working, you can't receive your pension and you have to be at a certain age. So how is this pension working in Nigeria?
So if you are a former governor, just 4 years, or if you are pursuing 8 years, then you start receiving pension. Not that you work 25 years or 10 to 10, 15 years.
Let's quickly make this point, please, because of Naija Watch. You see this whole shenanigans, it was made. It was started by Vice President, the so-called people, you people call pastor. What was his name again? Osibajo. He was the one that he designed this thing and gave to Tinubu. And when he did that, every other state, they started copying that Osibajo's model. He was the first person that did that. Go and check the records. And yet they call him pastor and professor.
And that is why law people are supposed to say it will never happen in my land anymore. For those who really read law, who are supposed to understand that you must work 25 years before you pension, not 4 years or 8 years. But they said they will not abolish it. They will still let you continue because they will benefit from it.
Wait, Mr. Aduwa, the Constitution of the Federal Republic, it says political if they vote you into office and your tenure is 4 years. So you should be due to some form of pension. That's what the Constitution says. Not any
thank you.
person.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all. Amanda, look, if, according to your question, if they explain Nigeria to you and you understand, you know that the person that explained it did not explain it well. So that's the only answer.
I think so. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you for your time with us. We come to the end of the broadcast today. 4 hours, 14 minutes, still counting. Yes, I appreciate every one of you that joined us, that called in. The people right now on the comment on the panel: Oga CM, Mr. Jonathan, Mr. Oduwa, Oga Chris, Madam Luke, Madam Pachawa with us earlier on as well, and whoever that came in that have left. And those of you that called in, thank you very much. I appreciate every one of you. God bless you all, Madam Love God is my strength, and many others. God bless you now. Then I would like to quickly appreciate those of you that supported the channel today. Madam Obe Achuko, thank you very much. Love God is my strength. Thank you very much, Jacob Obedient, Didi Anthony. God bless you. I appreciate you all. Happy birthday to my people again, Madam Martina Basu TV, Madam Iris Finest. I wish you all the best life can give. Then the people in the comment section, starting with Mother of all Mommy Diaspora. Thank you very much, Mommy, for all you do. I appreciate you always. God bless you for me. Appreciate you, Oriomi Abdu. Oriomi Abdu, you say make I put your middle name. Oriomi Oluwasegun Abdu. That's also my trouble. I need to look for that comment section. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. God, Chris, thank you once again. Patience, Demudia, Delaja Gobeyi. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Monia Ferreira, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Enterprises, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Then Thomas Mary, I can see you. Edibo, thank you. God bless you. Abu Aziz, thank you, sir, for all you do. Madam Amen Bright, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. Madam Luke and many others. Right, the Michael and the Maro Peggy Modi and many others. We've come to the end of the broadcast. I would like us to move on right now. I see, say Black Panther, they call in. Why they call in this kind of time? In fact, now only you know they do follow everywhere they go. I not go pick your phone. I tell you that I see your call. I not go pick. Tomorrow call. Which if you want to talk, go save them. Go bullet point them. Tomorrow you go talk them. Now people, I'm gonna go bless you now. Have a good night and bye for now.